All right, we on. Let's go.
Tonight on State of Pro Wrestling, our special guest is Big Matt and Dan the Mayor. Stay tuned.
We back. Make sure you like, share, subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell for more content. Yeah, I see. I surprised somebody real quick. Yeah, you thought you. Yeah. I told you I wasn't gonna have that on for that long. So I told you that. Yeah. Just wait till you see the next one. Wait till you see the next one. Really surprised you on that one. Yeah. Yeah. I got a little bit of skills. Yeah. I know. I know. But yeah, anyway, let's get into it. Our special guests, I want them to introduce themselves because they need no introduction, but I know they have their own introduction. So we're going to let them talk and then we'll introduce ourselves. But go ahead, folks. Do your thing.
Special guest. We're going to let the special, because we've talked to Dan. Y'all seen Dan on here before. So we're going to let double O, triple OG take the mic.
African squat technique on your mama while your kids in school. You know who it is. It's Big Matt, man. What's up with it? Y'all
What
good
up?
in the hood?
What up?
What's up? How y'all doing?
Let's go.
And what up? What up, y'all?
Let's go.
It's me. It's your boy, the Mayor. That DJ named Ace 5. Your mom's favorite fat guy, all the way from deepest, darkest Africa. Host of the Star 5 podcast. One of 5 hosts of the Star 5 podcast. Co-owner at HADG Media. Recovering former, I don't know, wrestling junkie. But fuck you fans. Fuck the IWC. We gonna get into this shit.
Yeah,
like that.
yeah. Talk that
And like I
talk.
told y'all, throw that you should have threw the parental advisory sticker on because this ain't gonna be for young ears unless your young ears are mature enough to take this in.
Oh, nah, y'all could talk y'all talk. State of professional wrestling is something totally different from what we do on a regular show. So, nah, this is, y'all could talk y'all talk. But I'll let Dynamic introduce himself. So go ahead, man, and then I'll go into my spiel, and then we'll get started from there.
What's up, y'all? I'm Dynamic Darkwing Dub. No, I'm just playing. Nah, man, I'm normally the serious one out of the two. I'm the one that's, Dan done heard me. I like to go in sometimes. So it's your boy Darkwing Dove. Salute to my guests. And if you don't know Big Matt, just like you, I am a vet too. So salute to you and thank you for your service.
Right
And
on.
yes, sir.
And you know what time it is. It's your boy S. Got Bars Wrestling Media. And we in here. State of professional wrestling. Hey, special guest, Big Matt, Dan the Mayor. Hey, let's get into it. Let's talk that talk.
Dan, I know you have a lot to say. Because the first thing I want to lead off with,
I was gonna say,
racism.
died your ship.
I want to dive right into the racism in professional wrestling. And I know you have a lot to say. And I know OG has a lot to say about that.
So
Because I know he
here's
did it on a daily basis. I see all his videos. He's always dealing with these trolls. And I know you got a lot to say. So,
nah,
like I said,
the br-
Dan, go ahead.
the brother to the left of me on the internet tends to speak out loud a lot of the shit that it speak internally. So that's why it's a great thing that you put. Though I was seeing if we was going to do this solo one day, I'm actually happy that we're doing this together with Big Man the Mayor because again, racism and wrestling. This is where, and I had to tell this to my younger brother today who had to come by to pick up some things, right? I don't know how black folks still support the WWE. And yeah, we opening the show shooting from fucking 50 like Steph Curry blindfolded, getting the pass from his security guard pregame. I don't know how black folks still support WWE. Number one, if you're not listening to Ring Ropes and Turnbuckles, you should be. Because a couple weeks ago, they had the brother Ahmed Johnson on there. And I'm glad I listened to that episode because when you let certain sides that actually were there tell the story, and then when you go and watch certain shoot interviews and stuff like that of old days, sometimes you get a misconception of a person. And after listening to you guys, like he sounded like a person who knew when he was wrong. Kind of the locker room was a bit misunderstanding of him. But one thing that he was not ashamed to hide about is how bigoted that backstage was in the WWF era. Now we can fast forward and say, but what about this guy getting shots? What about that person getting shots? What about this person getting shots? We can go all the way back to why did Vince treat Sylvester Ritter as a joke character when that man was a god in the South? Why did that man turn Coco Ware into what my man said years ago, half half nigga, half bird? Which again, when I heard that fucking joke, fucking, I lost it.
Oh my God.
I lost it. But when you look at that, now you can give credit to, okay, he gave Mark Henry, some propers after a while, but Mark Henry was one of the first people who was like fully developed from their system. You look at fast forward to just now so I can stop ranting. And then go ahead, time out.
Remember, when you listen to that episode, there were two guys. There were two guys that he specifically pointed out that were like us that tried to keep him down. One of them was Mark Henry. The other one
Which I
was D'Lo Brown.
Well, which is, it was sad to hear about D'Lo, and the Mark Henry part I understood because Mark has had bad blood for that man ever since back then. And as a person who, like myself, who I enjoy watching a good shoot interview, I enjoy watching them. That's why, like, when y'all talk New Jack, I say, if y'all ever talk, I can talk New Jack toe to toe with y'all because I study that man's joint like a fucking biography. I like life, like I know his in and outs in the ring because I've sat down and watched the 3 hour, 9 hour shoot interviews from New Jack, shit like that. Like when I dive in, I'm all the way in. And I knew about the bad blood thing, but you're talking about the people that look like us again. He shot directly at the person who is running the show today. The same person, mind you, if you are a person who do not like MAGA, how do you still support this company? Now, I get it because it's very difficult to boycott certain things at certain times. Sometimes a target run is necessary because that's all you got, or that's what your wallet can afford. It's tough. It's tough when we think logically. But WWE, which is a business of entertainment, because I'm gonna get to that real quick. I don't want to be forever in my opening statement because I want to actually converse amongst us, not just open. But anyway, Big Nose, Triple H, standing right side by side next to his mother-in-law, who is openly destroying the Department of Education in this country, which we already know. This country wants us dumb and stupid and just follow blind orders, right? Then you actually take a job within his quote unquote cabinet, whether it's a shell job or something legit. I don't know. I don't care. You're standing toe to toe with fucking MAGA right there. And then you can't beat the allegations of in your product of entertaining, because I don't call them wrestling because they don't call themselves wrestling. In their product of entertaining, let's see. let's see who they try. They don't bring up nobody big. They play to. They don't bring up nobody black. They play to the people who made them money over the years. They're using the Polynesians as the black people in the company right now. Oh, my bad. Women wise, Naomi, Jade, Bianca. But when you look at people who watch them, what do we have these conversations in some of these TikTok lives about? You get the musty, funky motherfuckers who don't wear deodorant saying they don't even watch or pay attention to the women in wrestling or sports entertaining. They don't. So is that really just a bone toss to us? Say, look at my African Americans. Like, is that what we doing? Or but man, I'm sorry for just I'm snapping. I'm going all over the place. I'm rambling. But when you look at the company's history, you look at what they've done here and there. Yes, occasional people of color did things. But when you hear the background stories, and again, come back to Ring Ropes and Turnbuckle podcast and go listen to the Ahmed Johnson interview. And he's some occasionally calling the ones who it looked like who hurt him the most by name and tell me that company ain't a problem. But more importantly, the racism part is one thing. And then it's just the fact that they don't call themselves wrestling. Michael Cole was on the Paul Brothers podcast and saying Netflix took the chance on us because we're about entertainment and storytelling and not about the wrestling. I love wrestling. I'm going to go watch where wrestling is. And when you have hundreds of other alternatives out there, especially the company in North Carolina, Ashe, who is fully black owned, you can't be on here just telling me like you're pro black and pro this, you're pro that, but then you're not supporting Ashe. You should be supporting Ashe. You're talking about alternatives. You need more alternatives. Oh, AEW ain't for you. Or my brother openly said to my face he had some fucking nerve. AEW is shit for him. Cool, you like what you like or whatever, but there are other places that are doing it. And if you, especially, and I will stop with this, if you are still talking WWE on a daily basis just because it is the algorithm driver and you just want to be down with, keep up with the Joneses and just be in the conversation, you can do the same thing for an upstart company and help them from the bottom up and be that same person. Too many people on the internets and the social medias, and I'm going to get into more of that later, but people think that all of this talking like this is putting you into business, and it don't, because most of the people in the business look at you like, who the fuck are you?
So
But if you get, go ahead, man, my
racism,
bad, go ahead.
no, racism in wrestling. Um, I know I'm good friends with Ron Killings. Me and Stevie Ray are cool. I got Mark Henry number. I got Sheldon Benjamin's number. I know these guys, but most of the black folks they get it to get the bag. You know what I mean? Racism in WWE. I'm losing my train of thought. Racism in WWE is what it is. It's racism. So when black folks come through, you don't have a lot of options, right? So most of these guys, they're just in to get the bag. Really don't give a shit. Make some money. If they get a push, they get a push. Vince McMahon destroyed wrestling, and the reason why the racism keeps happening in wrestling is because it's easier to write for white men than it is for black men. Stone Cold Steve Austin would have bombed if he was black because they're never going to put a black man on national television beating his boss. Another prime example of the racism as a whole is when it comes to black wrestlers, and this is why racism exists. The stigma we have in white America and it being on television and telling the story, you can't have black men Jack Johnson, a whole bunch of white people? How do you market that? How do you get people to, give you millions of dollars to watch a black man kick a white man in the ass, right? If this black man is like Bad News Brown, he's scary, he's intimidating. But if you're Stone Cold Steve Austin, because Bad News Brown was the first Stone Cold Steve Austin,
Mm-hmm.
short of putting hands on Vince McMahon. Stone Cold was marketable, right? It's hard to write for black characters because if we display any type of swellness, we're angry. That scares everyone. So the window or the ceiling for black wrestlers is very short. You look at New Day. Now, I have to be careful when I talk about New Day because Meechin is my homegirl. Like that's my friend. Mia Yim. That's my homegirl. We text all the time. Her sister is engaged to Big E. So I'm careful on how I talk about New Day because I don't know E or K personally, but I know Mia. So I don't want to disrespect. But the image of New Day, right? The shenanigans, I would say, right? The shit they were doing, they fucking ate it up. They were way over, right? Big E gets legitimately hurt. He's on the sideline. New Day is down to two guys. They're still fun loving, fun, blah, blah, blah. The moment they turn heel, they bomb. The moment the smiling, happy, safe black guy entertaining the crowd, the moment you go bad, the moment you're mad now, you don't even really hear from New Day no more. Like their New Day was always talking. So that right there proves the point that when you're a certain black guy like Nation of Domination, I'm surprised they allowed Nation of Domination to have that much of a run. But they did it so they can build the Rock up. You know what I'm saying? Because out of Nation and Domination, who's the one who fucking pushed forward? The Rock. And if you think about it, Farouk was already on his way out the door because he was old, or he did the APA thing, which was part-time-ish at best, and then Mark Henry. D'Lo Brown never really got past a certain point. So it's very limited because without throwing names out there, most of the black folks, I'm not going to say they're in it for the bag. I mean, that's the best case scenario. You're going to get paid. You have an opportunity to make some money, right? But you're living your dream of wanting to be a wrestler. And that's really a raw deal. Like you come as a black man, like I would never like, that's why Stevie Ray, he'll tell you up front. Stevie Ray said, I didn't go to the WWF when my brother left because I knew what they do to wrestlers that come there. There's now taking just pausing on racism, the fact that DDP came to the WWE and the best thing they had for him was to stalk the Undertaker's wife. This is DDP. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and the fact that they held Sting back. You talk about putting asses in seats. The Icon versus the Phenom. They passed on that because Sting was like, "You're not gonna fucking bury me." Just like when when WrestleMania was in Frisco and it was the first time that tension. Remember when DX went to the Coliseum where NWO was, blah, 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 you know, that all, and then all of a sudden they're cool. Like they mess it. Like, so WWE is known for burying its competitors, not treating black people good, limiting their ability, but not coming up with excuses because it's easily fixable. Not making excuses for WWE, but they don't know how to market and write for black people, which means they're not actively engaging finding writers and producers that are our complexion that can write compelling stories that could blend in with society. Like if I was a producer, Vince killed the business the moment he showed the magic. Bobby the Brain Heenan said it. He said the moment Vince McMahon showed the fans the magic, that was the end of wrestling. The moment, the mayor's a face, Big Matt's a heel. We are not to be seen together. Why are we seen together? If I see you at any given time, we need to engage one another, whatever, so we can sell the build up. Social media destroyed it. They wrestling itself was a version that finally got some pussy, and it doesn't know how to act. When wrestling was a virgin, it was more authentic. It was real. It was compelling. People, it's like it's like the NFL. Remember back in the 80s, the NFL was like Ronnie Lott, Lawrence Taylor, motherfuckers was getting crunched. The moment motherfuckers start getting paid millions, the game changes. You can't take these heavy, crazy, extreme bumps, and I'm paying you $2 million a year. What happens if you get injured? So, talking to people on the inside at that level, it's so much shit going on, easily fixable. But the fact that they don't hire more black and ethnic writers to write for black people that can tell a compelling story that meshes with society, they're going to have, and rumor has it, I don't know if this is true, but it looks like it, that they're pulling in all the Samoans to phase out black peoples because the Usos aren't black, but they got the isms of black. And it's getting to the point now where it isn't wrestling anymore, and unfortunately we have to accept the fact that we're getting old. The shit that we grew up on, the nostalgia, the false finishes where Hulk Hogan kicks out and hulks up, even though he's did it 15 times before. We always think Hogan's going to lose because he takes the finisher and he kicks out at number 2, and you know what happens. It's not that no more. It's not even wrestling no more. It is. What's up, girl?
Oh, it's the legend herself.
Wrestling being racist and all and everything that's happened, like you said, it's not even wrestling no more. It's sports entertainment, and what we've come to know and love um, is gone. So anybody who's black that gets in, I can tell you, going from I want to entertain the fans, I want to work, I want to tell stories. That's second and third. Now I'm just trying to get this money. And once everybody's
But
about the money, you lose the hunger, like Brock Lesnar. Like I hate Brock Lesnar. Now, the Brock Lesnar that came when he was in his 20s, he worked, he sailed, he can wrestle. This new Brock Lesnar, he's all about the bag. All he wants to do is do this 5-6 move set, F5 you, then leave. It's like it's about the money now. So is racism in wrestling? Absolutely. But at this point, it's about the money. And it's almost looking as if a lot of people our complexion knows this. They're fully aware of it, and they're still making the conscious decision to uh, involve themselves. It's like the dope game. Like you're gonna get robbed. The task gonna hit. You're gonna go to jail. Hey man, I'm trying to make this money. Glorifying being a drug dealer ain't important no more. I just want this bag, which means you're going to compromise a lot of shit to get that money. And unfortunately, a lot of people that are at the top, I'm not going to say any names, they're just happy to get a check and wrestle to entertain the fan, and that's all it is. So,
because it's Shakespeare to them.
yeah,
If that's a clue to kind of who I think you were talking about, because that person's always said it's Shakespeare. It's about the arts, and a lot of what you said though is why I described that as a person who, again, I'm 45, and like I told my brother,
Damn.
I might be dragging your ass into, we're going to a school together. I heard that. Bars is no, I'm the second youngest here because Bars got me beat, I think, by a year. But anyway, I was like, I told my
No,
brother,
you
like,
the
we might
second
have to drag.
oldest. Bars is only 43, bro. You the second oldest.
Yeah,
Oh
you
my,
older than me.
no, I thought Barnes. I thought you was just my age or older.
Nah, I'm 43.
Oh, my bad. So I appreciate my elder stateshood in this conversation. But
Hey, real
but
quick,
nah,
real
but
real quick.
hold on. But
Let me.
let me just finish the point though, to continue up with what Matt was saying. This is why it's beautiful into where the state of professional wrestling is great. Fuck what the WWE's doing because the state of professional wrestling is great because there are everybody's dream. I can probably not. It was my dream to make the WWF at the time because I'm old, but to make the WWF it was a dream. But then that dream became, you know what? Like I said, I'm older now. I want to go have fun, and you can just go to any local and have fun, or
Yeah.
you can make it to Japan. You can make it if you could get to work with AEW. You know
Hey,
how we
it's
do.
like
We
wanting to be
sit
on
here
Def
and run
Jam.
all these right. Like you wanted to be on Def Jam, but my bad. I ended up with LP and Cannibal Ox on Def Jux, and I'm
Yeah.
liking it over here. And
Or or
I'm
or you
seeing
just
80% of
you
my
sell some
check.
shit out the trunk. You sell some shit out the trunk and be
Master
independent.
P
Fuck it.
yourself to today. Master P
And let
yourself
motherfuckers hit your
into
line
the
like, yo, we see what you doing. Come on in.
Mhm.
So yeah, man, most definitely.
exactly. So wrestling in today is in a great space. Fuck the WWE. Wrestling is doing freaking amazing everywhere else. And I just wish a lot more creatives took that light instead of spending 2, 3 hours every single day on motherfucking TikTok complaining about the shit you don't like when you have the companies that you keep saying we need to go support. But then you say we need to go support them and then turn the conversation back to the shit you hate just to make yourself look big and bad, knowing that just like the pop the balloon stings, you are easily that deflatable.
Are you talk? Never mind. I already know who you're talking about. So,
No, I'm not. I'm not. That was for hundreds of people out there because I've been on a number of different circles in this Wrestle Talk space before I met you, brothers.
I get it. I get it. But what you were saying before we started the show, kind of, because I've had conversations with people about the same situation. Anyway, I'll leave that alone. Um, so I'm gonna push back on you, and it's not just me pushing back on you. It's I know that somebody's gonna ask this question or is gonna leave a comment on the video once the video is done. They're gonna say, "Okay, WWE is racist, but what about NXT? Why is all their big stars black then?" And what say you?
Because Shawn Michael like niggas. That's why. Isn't it fucking obvious? Isn't it
he
obvious? Shawn
changed.
Michael like niggas. It's
He changed his tune
and
over the
actually
years.
it's almost like, okay, hey, give them their own space. Give them their own space. Maybe it's even that. Give them their own space. Because NXT, you know, with all the niggas down in NXT, I know they're not going to the WWE. Or is it they're gonna make them
And
fight hard for one another and probably throw each other under the bus? But I hope that doesn't happen. I hope they just be like, yo, if I'm getting paid a livable something to just wrestle, if I make it up to to be honest with you, if I was in NXT, I wouldn't want to go up to the main roster. Like I'd be Finn Balor. I'd be that motherfucker 8 years. I don't give a fuck. You don't want because y'all ain't got nothing for me. Y'all have nothing for me. There's no compelling time. If you put me on the production team, 3 months, I will have some of the best storytelling for black people. Oh, hell yeah! Like I would be writing my ass off. First order of business: Brock Lesnar wins the championship, and music hit, and it's somebody black. We're gonna return the favor because every black person that won the belt, your music hit. Because what they did to Kofi, I still want to punch somebody in the mouth. What they did for Cole, they made this nigga work, tell some of the best fucking stories in the ring. Only for him to drop the belt in 18 seconds against Brock Lesnar. I'm cool. Nah.
pay you
And
back for
when
what you
Triple
did to
H,
the Cold Crush.
look, when fucking Triple, I'd never forget when Triple H, you know, did the promo with Booker T. The guy's like, you supposed to carry my bag, man. And what really pissed me off is that that's my point of writing, because that was perfect storytelling. It was real, it was authentic. But what they didn't add into was what Booker should have did was after Triple H said all that shit, because we knew what he was talking about, right? Cool
Yeah.
beans. Booker T should have gave him a working punch. Bam, dropped him. To tie you on the message that when you talk this shit to niggas, you're going to get punched in your mouth. That was an opportunity that could have made or break that whole fucking uh, uh, segment right there. Like, you said all that shit to me. I ain't even saying nothing to you. I'm just letting you play yourself. And when you all said and done, work and punch, and maybe add on something, whatever, and then walk out the ring. Because then it would have been like, yo,
With
that's
that
what I'm talking
story,
about.
that would have been perfect added sauce to the mixture. But they
Yep.
fucked it all up by having him do that, and then Triple H still wins the feud.
Yeah.
Which again, even if you don't pick up what they're putting down as a youngster, when you get to that then you get to that enlightenment when you get older and be like, oh shit.
Because in real
No,
life, that would have happened.
they intentionally drop the ball. And exactly. And it don't matter. It don't see today's era of people like that, they feel emboldened enough to go to sleep on some concrete.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because even in that era, let it I don't care how swole H was at that time, a brother like Booker T. Huffman would have not allowed that dude to do what he did
Look, let me tell you
in
something.
his
Look, check this
face.
out. Check this out. So, remember how they made Booker T goofy when he was feuding with Austin, right?
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, Stevie was like, that would have never happened, ever.
Hey,
Yeah, Stevie was like, nah. He was like, yo, like in real life, like Booker, like for real, yeah, Steve would have got his ass whipped. Like, and Stevie, Stevie, you know what? The first time I met Stevie Ray was July when I went to AEW's All Out, All In, or something like that, up in Arlington. And CT Fletcher was supposed to be, because it was on behalf of his podcast, Fuck
And
All Y'all podcast.
not to cut you off, wasn't didn't you guys do like a small video of that? Like you had like there was like a video out there with you on the side, and it was Booker T, it was another guy. I think he's
His
a representative of the
his name
podcast.
is Mike. He's part of the podcast.
Okay.
It was Stevie Ray
Mm-hmm.
interviewing one of the guys from AEW and Mike, and I
Mm-hmm.
was off camera doing some shit, and
Mm-hmm.
Stevie was like, "See that sucker right there? That sucker right
Yeah,
there."
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
the
yeah,
camera,
yeah,
I'm like, but that's the thing. When I met him, the first thing I said was like, I got my phone. I was like, "We coming for the gold, sucker." Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga. And I turned the phone around and Stevie like this. And we was off to the like Stevie, man. Stevie, I'm gonna tell you about Stevie, man. Before I met Stevie, Mike was already saying, "Yo, my man Matt," because him and Stevie was friends for a while.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, my man Matt. He's like, how he is. Y'all two motherfuckers gonna click. Y'all gonna be thick as thieves. I met his ass within 15 minutes, man. Like, so I got more videos I probably post on Instagram where I'm like, have you ever met one of your favorite wrestlers, but you find out they old and bitter? And I'm talking on the phone. You hear me say, "Why you telling that lie?" Immediately he gets into promo mode. "Why you telling that lie? I'm not a lie." Like he said, "Why you lying?" Like, I'm happy. Get the camera on me. He said, "I'm happy until suckers get into my space, and I don't mean time before Facebook." And I was like, and my partner was like, "But Tom's," no, he said, he could be like Tom. I was like, "Well, he's white. He's black." Tom was like, said something like that. But how we mesh and cut promos and talk shit, I got interviewing Sting and shit. Like, I was talking to Sting. Stevie Ray's a good dude, but that motherfucker big. The Stevie Ray about like 6'5". Like, he a big dude. Like, and
Why do too, right?
Booker's smaller than him. But yeah, he a big dude. He'll fuck you up still. Like, you see Stevie Ray, and here's something about Stevie Ray. Everybody was up there. Like, so it was a convention. So before the main event the next day, you had Big Show, you had Rob Van Dam, you had Ric Flair, Sting, Mark Henry. Everybody he walked up to, they said, "Oh shit, Stevie, don't beat me up, Stevie." Like it was just, come on, Stevie, what you?
It's like Debo coming.
Yeah, yeah,
How'd you train? How'd you train?
yeah, he a good dude, man. You know who's really cool though, because we from the same soil, kinda ish. Is Hobbs from AEW?
Yeah, he seems
That's the
real like a
homie.
real solid dude.
Now I'm gonna tell you something. Now this gonna fuck y'all head up though. So you see how big he is on television, right?
Was he like 5'10"?
Yeah, no, like his build, right?
Yeah.
I'm a little bit bigger than him.
Yeah.
Okay.
He saw me and was like, "Why you sizing me up, partner?" I'm like, then we start rapping on we start rapping on our Bay lingo, you feel me? Like woo woo. And we chopped it up, but he was doing it moving. But me and him, we're pretty much the same size. And he was like, niggas, you look like a motherfucking monster on television. Cause he was looking at me, he was like, nigga, we damn near the same. I was like, Doom 2.0 in this bitch. He was like, man, let me get the fuck on out of here. He was like, all right, holla. Man, you was saying, man, me and Hobbs tagged, man, look. Like we
And you
about
know what's funny? You know what's funny about you saying that tag team name?
what's up?
That's exactly what I was thinking with us two on this damn show tonight.
But
It's
Doom,
just let's just say I never dye my hair, but this baldness is due to the natural
hey, I'm gonna tell you
glow.
this, but my
The
mother's
dyes done
best
fucked me up.
friend, my mother's best friend, who she used to work with, her husband, I think, no, one of her daughter's fathers, I think, cousin is Butch Reed because
Nice.
her pops is from St. Louis, I think, something like that. So her cousin or uncle is Natural Butch Reed, which was a terrible
Hacksaw,
fucking kid.
Hacksaw Butch Reed. Let's go
Yeah,
OG.
Hacksaw. Yeah,
Hacksaw
I,
Butch
I, I
Reed.
bumped into Ron Simmons, man, and I asked him about him. Like when I meet wrestlers, man, I don't fan out. I'd be like, man, what's up with Butch Reed? What's up with Butch? He's like, man, fighting his demons, man, you know. And shortly after that, I think he passed away. But yeah, man.
Mm. Which he just used the choice word for a second, and I don't want to shift because we really just shooting the shit until y'all grab back the reins of your show. But fanning
Hey, we
out.
just we
I
just
want
letting it flow, bro. We just letting it flow.
no word, and I appreciate that. But fanning out, this is something the podcast educator in me kicked in when I listened to your Savio Vega episode, which was a great episode. And I'm glad that y'all just allowed him to breathe because he dug into so much deep history into himself. One thing I wished for is maybe y'all could get a part two and actually dive a little bit more deeper into the Puerto Rico side of professional wrestling because y'all were very, very much looking for the WWF story, WWE story. Even when he was giving y'all jewels from Puerto Rico, I understand. And then when you guys opened the show, though, totally respect I got a legend. But y'all getting this was just it was if this shit was on bright like the television brightness was on high and I was catching it and I was just thinking again just from friend to friend and coaching y'all unsolicited coaching advice like I always do. If you can there's points in an interview where you can infuse the fan level. You know understand what I'm saying? Like in your intro, fan the fuck out. But it felt like the fan out derailed y'all at the start. Then you guys got the storytelling. Just little things to work on.
When
And
I
you
when I
know
meet
as
when
a
I meet
brother, y'all know I'm
I
here to help y'all out.
I think I'm too much of an Oakland nigga, man. I'll share a story with y'all. Check this out. Look, so Oakland, California, Lake Mary, Grand and Staten Avenue, or Grand and Staten, right? I'm smoking a blunt. I see a nigga walking down the street. And I'm looking at this dude because I was a slop corner loser. I wasn't even doing shit. So I knew if you was from around here, if I see you before, whatever. I ain't never seen this nigga smoking. And I see this nigga nose. I was like, this nigga nose look familiar as he's walking up, smoking. And I look. And I was like, nigga, you high top. And he looked. He was like, most people say OG Bobby Johnson. I said, nah, I'm old. Nigga, you high top. It was Glenn Plummer. This is when he had did Speed 2 or Speed 1 or 2, but he had dreads, right? He had on the joint, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? I'm like, what you doing around here? He's like, my sister owned a shop on like maybe like half a mile down the road, whatever, you know what I'm saying? We sat up and just shot the shit, man, smoking weed, chopping it up like he a regular ass nigga. Wouldn't you, woo woo. But he hates when people walk up and be like, what is that? If I can use it's like you, I remember you from that one movie. Because he was like, what movie you remember? What movie? And I don't know how to, he hate that. Like, if you go, I remember sure he wants you to say what movie. I said, that's High Top. I said, that's your ass High Top. He was like, yeah, in LA, you know what I'm saying? They never let it up. But yeah, when I meet people, man, like I'm just too real for that shit. I'm one of you. Like, the difference between anybody that's rapping, acting, wrestling, my whole thing is I don't treat you special just because you capitalize on an opportunity and you had the confidence to go for your goal. You ain't no different than me. That's why most people aren't where they're at right now because they didn't get that opportunity, or sometimes, you know, motherfuckers just not confident. There's a lot of factors. It ain't because you ain't got the skills or whatever. It's just like some people, you know, they have an opportunity and they believe in themselves to go for their goals. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, like you're no different than me. So when I step to you, you know what I'm saying? Now, you know who's a fucking dick though? You know who I don't fucking like? I don't like, oh, my, maybe he's old, but it's always been Ric Flair. For some odd reason, he just give me, he just don't like niggas. I don't know. I don't know what it is about Ric Flair. I just never, how he shake your hand. Like, damn, like, just fist bump next time. Who I
But
will tell you.
moral of the story, not to cut you.
Yeah.
It and this again, coach me just back to y'all in your last episodes, which were again, I'm a fan of. Y'all, they were great episodes. But if you come off cool, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They open up to you, and exactly what Matt described is they open up to you when you just respect them for they are you. These people are you, just a little bit more traveled. You
Yeah.
understand? But Matt, yeah, Matt is West Coast me right now, just with a couple more guns, a lot
Yeah.
more
Yeah.
guns.
I smoke weed with you. I don't give a fuck. Like, you
That's how
smoke?
I smoke cigar. But but
Like, you
because
smoke?
exactly
Like, you
what you
smoke?
said,
Like,
brother man,
you know what I'm saying? That's how
exactly
I've
what you
always,
bred. Oh,
that's
my bad.
why, that's how I've always been able to, like, get in certain spots, man, because I'm just like a chill ass nigga. Like, man, fuck all that, man. What we smoke?
Yeah.
Like, you know what
So
I'm
Dude,
saying? Like, I don't want your
I
autograph. I don't want to, like, I don't
real
want to do
quick,
all that
real
goofy
I
shit.
mean, real quick, boss, because that's just being a normal what's up was
Yeah.
good. I'm working and I'm hanging on the side of the truck the way we're not supposed to. This is when I was picking up garbage. And one of your favorite rappers, which is one of mine, I see Sean Price on Bleecker Street across the street from Le Poison Rouge. They was about to go do a show and I was, yo, what up? Yo, dapped it up like, yo, you got a show tonight, whatever, whatever. He's like, yeah, yeah, we right across. All right, yo, peace, have a good show, peace out, like, and just keep it fucking moving.
I'm cool. I'm cool with Bernadette too. That's funny. Like, you know what I'm saying? His
Yeah,
wife. I'm
it's
cool. I'm cool with Bern.
yeah.
She let me use a couple of his. She let me use his hook. Like, I was able to recreate the hook for one of my songs, and actually two hooks I was able to use. And she said, "Let me hear the song." So I let her hear the song, and she said, "You got a thumbs up." On it. But, Yeah, I feel you.
That's dope. That's
All
dope.
right, so
But my bad, boss.
yeah, so I want to give a little bit of pushback because a little bit of pushback, just a teeny weeny bit. All right, so and me and Dub talked about this a lot too.
What
We
is with your man
actually,
and these teeny weenies today? What is up with the teeny weenies today, yo?
oh man, all right,
Hey, yo.
so all right, so pause. Let me I'm gonna break down. So me and Dub talked about this, exactly what you're saying. And here's the thing: what we were doing, and a lot of the wrestlers that you've seen us do this with can attest to this. We weren't marking out just because we were fans. Our mark out was more like a sign of respect. You know what I'm saying? Because honestly,
I can read that. Yeah,
yeah,
I can read that.
because honestly, Savio told us a lot of stuff before we even got on camera, and he was like breaking down some stuff to us too. And he was like super appreciative of how we conducted everything. You know what I'm saying? Like this is like not for nothing. I feel like if we were those type of folks, I feel like we wouldn't even be able to get these
Yeah.
interviews. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
like and just like homie Big Matt, right? We have these people's contact like real
Which is
contact,
fire.
real
Which is
contacts.
fire.
And I just recently talked to Ahmed. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to see if he could come back on the show because I know he got a lot more to talk about. You know, and
Which again, bars. No need for the pushback, brother,
yeah,
because I was
yeah,
just giving just
yeah,
little juice to add on to,
yeah.
because like, and we could talk more about it off air too. But like how when I talked to Dub, remember our brief conversation, Dub, and I was just like, yo. Your interviews will come off a little bit better if you change this one aspect of your game.
Right.
And
Yeah, because I was looking
and what
down at the
happened,
paper
Dub?
at all my questions.
Looking
You
down at the
gotta. Hey,
paper
I be
and
scared.
it
Hey,
also
look,
sounding like
I'll
you're
be scared
reading
as
your
fuck. I'll be like,
questions.
hold on for a minute. Number five. Yeah.
But
But
you're
no,
laughing, but that's
but Matt,
exactly what I was doing.
Yeah, you know what I'm
right.
saying? Yeah,
But
fuck
Matt,
it. Like,
I
hey,
got
like
you.
I
I
understand,
got you.
like,
so
hey,
this
motherfuckers
is
ain't, hey,
again
look,
this
look, motherfuckers ain't Dan Rathers or Barbara Walters in this motherfucking shit. We need to
no
pull up
big
the basics
facts.
and shit. Be reading, like,
But
hold on.
I'm giving these brothers the jewels from close to 12 years of podcasting,
Right.
close
Yeah,
to
yeah.
12 years of hosting shows, hosting panels and things like that, live discussions and things. So it's just things that it's like that I seen that, hey, like you said before, brother, opportunity. These
Yeah.
brothers are possibly getting opportunities that I may never get, or I just probably didn't push to get in the 12-year pursuit of this podcasting thing that I've been in. But if I can see some shit that I know that can help them get better, that's all I'm ever doing. Is I'm just and
Hey,
it's for my peoples. It's for my peoples. So it's like because bars see me conduct a panel discussion with three people sitting watching and rotating. And what did I do with that motherfucker?
Nah, you had everything on lock. You made sure. All right, so I'm going to give you your flowers because there's a lot of things in there that I want to learn. You know what I'm saying? In the process of doing something like that one day, right? You had the green screen right here. You had the panel set up right there. You did like 5 or 6 tasks and made them look like one. You was conducting the interviews. You was making sure people was listening in. You was telling the cameraman, yo, this angle right here, this angle right here. You was giving signals, and the presentation itself had me locked. What did I do? I sat there the whole entire time. I ain't moved not one muscle.
Locked in.
I was locked in the
So
whole time.
again, and we deterred. Please grab this show and put it back on course because, like again, I enjoy shooting the shit with y'all. But there
Yeah.
were certain keywords that made me trigger once again. The the player coach in me was just, here's this little gem for my boys, and
Yeah.
hopefully you could tweak and work it. That's all. That's all.
Oh
Like I
no,
said,
no,
for
no,
me, when it comes through from me, it's all love, but it's also from a place of experience.
no. Everything, and Dub can also attest to this too. Everything that you've been saying since day one, we've been taking it into consideration and we use it. We're not the type of folks that we don't listen and apply wisdom from other folks that have more experience than us. We definitely listen in. Like every piece of information that we might get from here today, we most likely you're gonna see us use it down the road. That's how we always operate, and we appreciate it. Oh, I'm from Atlantic City. Yeah. So,
And Matt,
but
your audio faded out crazy.
Your
yeah,
audio is low, very low.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
we can hear you. It's just a little bit of staticky.
Hey, and then just so ever since that day about you told me about having my questions prepared or whatever instead of looking down, I haven't picked up a piece of paper since.
And I could tell, Dub, because it comes off. It comes off in the way you present. And like you do a lot of, you said, so back to what you just said, and you're picking up and asking and throwing questions and segueing off of trigger words, key words in the conversation. Good shit.
I want to, let's bring this back in just a little bit, just a little bit. I want to ask Big Matt,
What's up?
how in the hell do you stay so calm dealing with these trolls that come to your page on a daily? Because you the most calmest dude I've ever seen dealing with trolls.
Oh man, it's trial and error. I mean,
Turn
there's a
your
lot
mic.
of shit that I don't record. There's a lot of shit I don't record, and most of it, the trick is multiple takes.
Oh, hold on 1 second. Like, if you could fix the mic real, because it sounds like you're fading.
How does it sound now?
You sound a little bit better, but if you could be a little bit louder, because
What about
cause,
now? Is it better? Is it better?
yeah. That's better. That's
What do
better.
you
Okay.
set up with? What are you using?
I got a Scarlet, shit, the Scarlet
Okay, because
2.2 interface.
it sound yeah. It sounds like there might be, if it's running off XLR, it sounds like there might be a short in the wire because it's not picking up the, it's picking up the
What about
microphone
now? Can you
fuzzy.
hear me
Like,
now? Am I good? Am I good?
yeah, a little better now. Yeah.
I bet. Okay. No, it's multiple takes, man. I do multiple takes, and by the time the final product come out, a nigga done already let off all that steam, and you get like the final what's the name? Because normally what I do, depending on what you say, I'll find you up on Facebook, or I'll use my army technique, and I'll find your phone number and I'll call you. Be like, yo, check this out. Like there was a dude yesterday, the video on Instagram that went viral where Jean Grey was like, if ICE isn't racist, how come they're not arresting or deporting white people? White people immediately came unglued. But the fact of the matter is there's 790,000 illegal Europeans in this country. It was a trick question. We was going to see if people were going to be honest and say what the real answer was. But some dude was like, your low IQ daughter is blah, 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 blah. Then Snapchat, boom, dropped the video. Like, look, bro, like this is what could happen to me. You know what I'm saying? I hit him with some shit, and he's like, "Oh, you low IQ monster." I was like, "Listen," I was like, "You don't have to worry about me." But what would have happened? I got your address, your mama's address, found out where you stayed at, found out where she stayed at, and did something to your mama, and you said something crazy. I said, once again, I'm not going to do this. It doesn't make sense. Ignorant or stupid. That's not the point. The point is, you just make comments that all the rest of the things you say. And then all of a sudden, your life will turn upside down. I was like, pay attention to you. All that being said, let me ask you a question. What did I say to you? What did I do to make you feel a certain way? To get into my comment section and disrespect my daughter? What did I say? My daughter asked a question. Anything happens and something get ready to happen to you, and the motherfucker say, what did I do? What did I say? You would have nothing to say, which means you did it with ill intent because you said it. It's not really like I deeply apologize for disrespecting your daughter. You know what I'm saying? Because I understand I say provocative shit, controversial shit. I purposely said in a way to piss you off so you can talk to yourself about what I said. It's a fucking technique, man. When I say fucked up shit, like there's two ways to get people to listen to you, right? If you want people to receive information, put a smile on your face. Make them laugh. That's why Richard Pryor, George Carlin were phenomenal comedians because they told you the truth at Richard Pryor's expense and George Carlin's philosophizing, mixing, making you laugh, telling you the truth. You go home and you remember that shit, you like, because you'll receive it. Nobody gonna listen to you if you like, motherfucker, look here, bitch ass nigga. And when you talk to the public, what? When you talk about it, and you take a certain group and you use certain language, talking about the shit, it might not be them personal. But you talk about it, they're gonna be upset. And they're gonna talk to themselves in their heads, this motherfucking nigga talking about people of this. Well, ask yourself this. What I say about white people piss you off. Any given time. Did you ever think that you really because no one gives a fuck about what anybody says. Right? Like, you ain't got shit to do with me. But if it has something to do with you, you're gonna do it. You hear motherfuckers talk about, man, these motherfucking pedophiles and these rapists, man. Man, why the fuck you fucking, shit, what? Like, nigga, wait, what? Nigga, why you getting mad for? You know what I'm saying? It's simple psychology. If the shoe don't fit, my nigga, why you trying to try? You need some shoes? That's what it is. You don't have no shoes. So you're desperate to wear any motherfucking shoe, and the shoe could be an identity. You ain't got no identity. You trying to jump into a motherfucking identity. They ain't got nothing to do. You know what I mean? So when you do it that way, it pisses people off because it ain't meant for them to listen. It's meant for them to hear you so they can talk to themselves. So, yeah, man, to answer the question, it's multiple takes, it's time, and it's discipline. You know what I'm saying? Because, a lot of people tell me, like, Nick, like, I be wanting to go to the house of shit. That's why I do. Well, I do. Because I know how to, you know what I'm saying? I know how to work this shit. And maybe be a little bit off. You gotta be crazy.
And that same philosophy works. That same philosophy works in this. It
Yeah.
works in this realm because you brothers, I know for a motherfucking fact, 1,000% over. You guys are doing what some of these other wrestling shows and podcasts wish they could do. And a lot of it is your delivery in not being messy, not being too controversial, but you're allowing your guests to speak and let them spew it. And then you build from the conversations from there. Because some people, they got to be the shining star of it all. This is something that I learned early in my podcasting thing. I never tried to be the focus, though I was the person who did everything. I never tried to be the focus because everybody a part of my show, it was their show technically also. But you have other shows where that person is always trying to be the head, the top person. You gotta see me, and then their messiness gets in the way of, yeah, nah, you know what? I'll decline on that interview. Nah, you know what? I don't want to associate with you guys and things like that. With a lot of what Matt was saying and just having just a good approach to what you do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I salute Matt for the one time where, because it reminded me of how I used to be on Facebook. Because I used to be Mr. If this is that serious, I'm ready to give you my address. And he had the incident with the dude who said, "Yo, you're only a town over in Texas. We'll meet right here. Matter of fact, I'm waiting for you right here." And what it dude didn't do nothing, right? Because a lot of them people just be hot air sometimes. But when you're a person who knows how to stand on theirs, the respect comes with it. The respect and people identify. Like how I just broke that scenario down because again, we've been following each other for a minute. This is the longest we've been on something together, but I know we've been following each other for a minute. And I see the brothers' moves and that's why I'd be like, yo, if I was close, yo, if you need somebody, like I'm right there. Cause I'm about mine just like he is. And if you're of my people, if you're in my circle, I am just as much an attack dog as I am for my family, for my friends. I even told
My
my
my wife
therapist the
my
other
wife
day.
my wife, she helps me out too. My wife, she tells like a lot of this shit, man. My wife, you know what I'm saying, like she really like helping me out too. She'll be like I'll say some shit like my wife be in her own world. Like, but when I record, she be listening. And some of the shit, bro, some of this, like on Instagram, some of the shit I say, my wife be like, babe, like I did one on Kim Kardashian, right? How she failed the bars because of some sight, some shit. I flamed her. Like, no wife, that shit would have went viral to a degree where she probably would want to sue me. Because I said, your greatest claim to fame is porn tape. And the best thing you've got is an explosive orgasm. That's about it. Like I got on her helmet, but my wife was like, "That's fucked up." I'm like, "How?" She was like, "Because sure she got a fucking sex tape, but so do we. So does that mean we're less valuable? Does that mean?" And I was like, she was like, "You can mention the tape, but you can't make it seem like." Even though, like, my wife is very instrumental with, she'd be like, "No, run that back." She's like, that's misogynistic. Like, she deserves it, but you don't want to say it to where you rob yourself of what your diss. Like, you know,
Your wife is the
you can go,
executive producer.
yeah, like, you can go from, "That's why I fucked your bitch, you fat motherfucker," to some shit like, "Yo, bro, you false." So my wife really helps me out with, like, shit like, like, and what's cool, my wife sometimes don't even do shit. She's like, I'll look at her and she's like this. What? You gotta, like, that's what my wife do. She made that face, Bob. Restart. So going back to discipline and how do I remain calm, the hidden component of my wife who actually shit too heavy. Marshawn Lynch that. What you mean? Run it back. Got you. All right, cool. You know what I'm saying? And we start all over. So by the time the final product come out, I did 7 takes. I've manipulated it so many times. And you know what's crazy is my wife, she used to hate this shit. My wife, man, she was just like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And I hate to be cliche or sound like when I start showing her the money possibility, she was like, "Oh, okay." Not because like, ooh, but as much time as you spend on this shit, you know what I'm saying? Regardless of what it is, nigga, get money, make something. Because if you're doing it for free, what are you doing? That was her angle. Now, she she sees it for what it is. Like when Anthony Anderson followed me on Instagram and was like, "Nigga, you hilarious." I was in the gym. I was gonna do cardio. I was like, because I forgot who Anthony Anderson was. Anthony Anderson. That name sounds familiar. Man, I looked at his house like, I gotta get one. She in the shower. I'm like, "Babe, look." She was like, "Bro." So she sees now that I'm on to something, um, and she's been instrumental with making sure that she's the QA. She's the QAC. She makes sure quality and control. She makes sure that it's NC-17 and it don't hit that X rating. You know what I mean? So yeah,
She's
she
the
takes care.
executive producer.
Yeah, man, she puffy on this bitch. She puffy. She over there minus the baby oil and shit. You feel me?
I was about to say you talking about the good part, right? The good part,
Yeah,
right?
we talking about the music.
Take that, take that.
Yeah,
Thought I
yeah. No,
told
I
you
ain't
that
gonna
we
take
won't
that.
stop.
Redo that. Redo that. Redo that. Redo that. That's
Word,
crazy.
word,
Redo
word,
that.
word.
Redo that. Okay. Start
Thought
that
I
shit
told you
over.
that
You know
we
what I'm
won't
saying?
stop.
Yeah. Yeah. She take care of me, man. Because sometimes I fly off the handle, man. Also, you know what's crazy is I noticed something about my content and need with social media. After 10 o'clock, my brain stops. I can't think of nothing. Like after a certain time, my brain just be like, nigga, fuck all that. Catch them tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Like for somebody like I'm hot from like 5 in the morning to like 3. After that, you know what I'm saying? I'll be on some other shit, and then 10 o'clock, like 9:30, 10, my brain look like the wittiness, the let me flame your ass. Like literally, my brain shuts off, and I noticed that recently. Like what normally would be like a quick hot take, maybe 1 or 2 takes. Um, getting the lines down. All this shit is freestyle, by the way, too. That's another thing that makes this shit crazy is that I don't write none of my shit is planned down. If I see something, the first thing that comes to my mind, I let off. And I think that's one of the reasons why a lot of people fuck with me on Instagram because it's authentic. It's right there in the moment. It's not like let me get a pen and pad and write down what I'm going to say. Which I think if I applied that tactic, I probably would do amazing with that shit. But nah, yeah, my brain shuts off at a certain time, and that's how I know I'm an official content creator because it's like a job, man. You wake up, you hit. After a while, you gotta fucking cut your brain off. So yeah,
Yeah, I agree with you 110% because I'm like kind of the same way. And my wife also gets on my case with certain things, like if I do it right, or if I do it wrong or whatnot. Like like I had a tendency, I get like if I'm on screen for too long, I start shutting down just like you. Like
yeah.
what oh go ahead. What happened with me is you can see it on my face.
Yeah,
Like
like
I'll
you're just
start
shutting off.
yeah, I'll start winding down, I'll start yarning a little bit here and there. So like I gotta like I had told Dub, I was like, yeah, we gotta try to keep these joints to like an hour, hour and a half. Like, you know what I mean, sometimes because I know we could get into some deep conversations
Yeah,
with the wrestlers. And by all means, if we got a legend on, I'm not gonna stop it from talking, you know what I'm saying? Because I want him to express himself and get his, you know what I mean, and get his opinions out there about everything.
Booker
So
T the same way.
yeah.
Booker
So
T, if you talk, I mean, cut you off. If you talk to Booker T, you'll be on the phone about 2 hours with Booker T off rip. Like we've been
See,
late. We did a couple podcasts and we've been sort of late. Booker T be 2 hours tops. That's minimum actually. Booker T will be up all day chopping it up with you.
and that's me in podcasting because that's where I say I'm the polar opposite. The show we did 2 weeks ago, we went close to 3 hours because you know what it
Woo!
is. When now it's we do earlier on Sundays, but when the conversation is flowing,
Uh
let
huh.
it be
Yeah,
and
let it
run.
be.
Sometimes because you'll find yourself to where the conversation is just going and going and going and going, and you think you're tired, but no,
Nope.
you and then it's like, holy shit, we did all this time. The time doesn't even become a factor anymore.
yeah.
Because then it becomes especially when you're doing it with people, pause, you're doing it with people that you like and people that are friends of yours or people that you're growing to learn.
Yeah.
When you're interviewing somebody who, again, you're interviewing legends, you don't want to hold them up, but then you learn
At
the
all.
skills on how to get everything that you want to get in. But if they are giving you the energy, you keep that shit going until you can
Yeah.
read, all right, it's time to cut.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because if
Exactly.
he's like Matt's giving you the jewels about if you know you got a Booker T and you open the show, hey man, like I don't know what you good, man. When they say man, we can go on, you'll know when they're ready to stop.
Right.
You'll
Right.
know when they're ready to stop. And just if but a lot of everything y'all both said though is because I feel you want to the brain turns off at a certain time, but
Yeah.
when you love some shit, because like you mentioned a minute ago, sometimes it's if you ain't making no money off of this, then why are you doing it? I used to ask myself that question a lot in my close to 12 years of podcasting journey, right? And I was doing podcasting when people think now a podcast is, oh, you're on YouTube. No, we were audio only, paying $130 a year to get unlimited episodes uploaded on SoundCloud before StreamYard was a thing, before Spotify had podcasts, all this shit. 2014 is when I started. And that was even still in the early in the podcast game.
Yeah.
And the struggle to get off the ground is so real. And to this day, I still do this shit for free because number one, I have a love for it. I have an end goal with it. But I've almost quit 4 or 5 times because of the lack of energy, the lack of wanting to do, the thing of, damn, I'm getting up and nobody's listening to us. But then when you get that shit out of your head, then you see, all right, my creative brain might be gone for now, but I didn't lose the hunger to keep doing it.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, I know, like you said, Matt, I know 10 p.m. my brain is shut off and maybe let me just watch some funny shit on TikTok. Or you're like me. My brain is shut off from work when I get in the house. I'm doing whatever. I'm rubbing my wife's feet. The first thing I'm watching, this is your daily dose of cats on YouTube. Just to disconnect.
Hanging.
Or then I'm watching video game shit on YouTube. But then when I'm back up in the morning, my brain is constantly running on, okay, what's the political news that I could take to the podcast next week? What happened in
Yeah.
sports, which, by the way, Dub, I
Fishing
mean,
for
Bars,
content.
so, salute to you and your Cowboys on the comeback win today. You beat my Eagles. Good shit for one game. I could give it up. But but my brain is on like, okay, what's the NFL doing? What's the NBA doing? All right, time to turn it off again. This is your daily dose of cats. You know what I'm saying? If you keep the hunger to it, you know what I'm saying? Then you have a Big Mac and quick wit right off the mic. You'll have a person like me who, when I save all my ammo for the podcast, and then it's bang, punch you in the face. Then you got brothers like y'all where you guys are throwing out a lot of shit, but you're throwing it out at a pace that is not getting you tired. Find your groove, find your form, and run.
Yeah, I agree 110% with you, man. Like I said, man, it's just, we just got a desire to win, man. Like we don't want to, we're not trying to like give people no like rinky dink type of content. Like
Yeah.
we really want to show folks like, yo, we about this life. You know what I'm saying? And me and Dub talk all the time, and we let these folks know, like, listen, man, we doing this for real. Like, if we gonna do this, we gonna do this for real. This is not a game. And
It's gonna be your job. It's gonna be
yeah,
your job.
exactly. And like I told Dub, like, yo, man, we want to be the type of guys that can get into the spaces and really talk to folks. Like, we don't want to be those type of people that we wish we could get into those spaces. You know what I'm saying? How can we get into those spaces? No, we want to be the guys that's going to get into the spaces. That's what we want.
Which on that note there, two things. If you keep that same energy, and remember this, please, because I used to say this on all my creator panel summits.
Yeah.
It's not competition. There are millions and millions of podcasts out there in the world. Once you find your voice, once you get your lane, the next person isn't competition because as long as you remain you, people are going to see you, and that's how you're going to win.
Mm-hmm.
It's not, I got to get past this person. I got to step on this person's neck. I got to
Mm-hmm.
do better than these people. No, be yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Be yourself. And then the other point off of that is I hope y'all do get into the rooms because too much of the IWC thinks I'm getting on a TikTok and making a TikTok. I'm big shit number one in the WrestleTalk community. You are not in the business. You are just doing your own version of commentary. You are not in the wrestling business.
Mm-hmm.
Something that fans need to fucking remember when we're talking about and bringing it back on home to the state of professional wrestling. You fans out there are not in the business unless you are in them offices or you are building an independent brand somewhere or you are like shouts out to why am I forgetting she goes by Sienna Chanel on TikTok, but this girl said, you know what, she stopped doing the daily wrestle talk content and started going to independent shows, then started picking up gigs as doing ring entrance work and actually involving this self into the business more than just talk. You just talking about it doesn't put you in this shit.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a part why at the big age of 45, I still want to go take bumps and then at the end of the day, at least become a manager. Because I'm not going to sit back here and talk. I'm talking on 40 plus years of wrestling experience as a fan,
Damn.
but that don't put me in the motherfucking business of professional wrestling. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
and ultimately, come on, hit
Yeah.
that Ron Simmons damn better than that next time.
See,
But
Damn.
but real talk, like just because you talk about it don't mean you're in it.
Right. Right.
These fans need to cut that shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, you know, the one thing that we have going on is that the stuff that we're doing, some of these promotions are recognizing what we're doing. Like
Mm-hmm.
we've had Ashe retweet and repost our stuff on TikTok and on Instagram. You know, we have Dominant Championship Wrestling that wants to work exclusively with us, talking about their shows. So we are doing our own thing, and we're still getting involved within the business one way or another because they're reaching out to us now
Mm-hmm.
just because we're being us.
Mm-hmm.
And that's exactly what I just said. Because if you be you, and especially like I said before, if we can start breaking ourselves away from, even if you're a person who shits on AEW, which I'm never gonna do because they gave me the field back. But if you are a person who whatever, but like you focus your energy in helping a little upstart, just for lack of a better terms, promote them, get them off the ground, then number one, your dream of being a part of said business can go from there. And number two, you're helping shed light on somebody smaller that can use it instead of wasting your energy on the hey, everybody else is down with this shit, so I gotta be down with it too. It's just like how we was talking pre-show about rap stuff. I was a Def Jookie. I was a underground company flow arsonist, beat nuts, like early Wu Tang. Like that was my vibe because
Mm-hmm.
I didn't need to move with what was going on the radio. I didn't need to be if you think I'm jiggy it or fab and all. That wasn't my style. And as you can tell with even my TikTok presence, like yeah, I'm still sitting on like 2,700 people, but I would rather have 2,000 of that 2,700 be somebody that it could be like, yo, I'm coming to your city. What's good? Let's kick it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's like we're doing this. If y'all are in New York City, yo, Dan, I'm out here. All right, I'll let you know if I can get free time, but thanks for letting me know. And I try to get there. You know what I'm saying? I'm the same way. Like if I could move around and different. I would rather get to know certain people and have that hardcore fan base or loyalty of people that moves along with me, it is just as valuable as having 500,000 or a million.
Right.
And thinking about it on this creative space is think of the Master P's. He wasn't radio. He was big in the South, but he wasn't radio. And the irony of me bringing this up, he made it big time and really got his start in Matt's old town. You know what I'm saying? But he got it out the mud himself, and you reaped the rewards more than just going to somebody major that could have made you pop. So y'all helping the smaller
Take
companies is
take the
such a
slogan for
large thing. You know what I'm
fast
saying?
All right, so I got a question for y'all. Right, I got a question. Did you guys watch Full Gear?
What
I missed
the
it because
most
I
recent
was at work.
AEW?
Yeah.
No, I saw bits and pieces of it. My
Okay.
homie, my homie who's part of CT Flesh's podcast, he's the co-owner of it. He was out in Jersey. If I was able to make the Jersey, I would have possibly been with him. But no, I didn't get a chance to watch it. But my only beef with AEW is like I like AEW a lot. I think they're keeping it true to the wrestling component per se. Um, too too many false finishes needs to stop, and fucking what's the word for blood? It's too much blood, like the nail beds. You know, that's my only dislike. But with that being said, I saw bits and pieces of the match with fucking Joe or whatever Dean whatever the motherfucker name is, Molly or
Hangman.
Mox, huh?
Hangman Adam
We
Page.
we said Samoa Joe versus Hangman and
And then who
Mox
was
versus
the other dude from Shield, Mox.
John Moxley.
Mox versus Kyle Fletcher last night.
Yeah, the corpse and shit. Like, I love AEW, I do, but sometimes it's just like the blood work and all that shit. Like, you know, this is the second time I've seen a match where it just got bloody, and I'm just like, like other than that. But no, I didn't see it. I saw bits and pieces of it, but yeah, I'm a fan.
I,
To his point,
I'm
I don't have a problem with AEW either. But to his point, I do think they overuse blood.
Yeah,
They like I want to say out of the what 6 or 7 matches they had last night, about 5 or 6 of them had blood in it.
yeah. It's just like,
I
well. The point of it, though, because I missed it, I can honestly say I missed it. I seen a lot of the highlights. I seen a lot of things. But you're talking to a person who loved deathmatch wrestling from Japan back in the day, and when done right, which AEW usually does, it ain't for everybody. But usually the blood is done within story reasoning. And you have to tie it to what those stories are. Now, when it happens too many times in the night, that's when it becomes all right, nigga, enough. Because yes, it's being when it's being overused, it's a problem. When you tie it into a theme of a show, it's okay. But this is also why, like, remember we used to put up a counter of how many times did Mox bleed, or did Mox bleed this show? But then you would see certain shows where Mox intentionally wouldn't bleed, but somebody else did because the spot was more important for that story. So I
yeah,
personally
I
would have to go
agree. I
back and track
agree.
the stories.
I agree. When I was in All In, you were right. Like, I was behind Tony Soprano, and Tony's a funny mother. Like, me and Tony, we were fucking with Stevie Ray. They were getting on his motherfucking nerves. Tony Soprano, he a funny dude. So we were right there. Keith Lee, fucking the TikToker dude, Pharaoh, Jay Pharaoh was there. But I saw up close, like, and on the screen, like he used a fork. That was the match with Mox and Hangman, Adam Hangman. I believe they had the match or whatever. And it was just like it was a death match or something like that, which was it was warranted for it. But then when I saw most recently again, fucking like because the same thing he did with Hangman, like he had him somewhere. He took the fork and he was just hitting his motherfucking head with it. You could see the camera. It wasn't. It was a real like he was really hitting him with it, like And then I saw it again this past event. I was like, it's the same fucking thing you do, like poking him, like just poking him in the head. I'm just like because I would use blood. I would do it to where you bleed. I wouldn't do it to where it's just the spot is excessive. Like what I'm saying? Because like if we're telling a story, what's the odds in real life of you really leaking like that, finishing a fight? Most of all people, if they're really leaking, they're the crimson mask, you're boning out. You're not standing there trying to fight. So it somewhat steers you away from keeping you in that line of like, okay, we're telling the story. We do too much blood. Is it believable? Like, who would still fight and they're just leaving? Even prime example, the spot, the horrible spot. Oh God, WWE, the ladders match. When the ladder came, it hit dude, broke his nose, and I mean he was just torn. He went out the ring. He went out the ring, and he laid it. You know what I mean? Because that wasn't called for, but yet again, playing to the effect of blood, like
AKA he
you
got
pick
it the
up
hard way.
something, you boom, chair shot to the head, he split open. Okay, cool. After that, the match should come to an end. If you're blading yourself to a degree where you're leaking, my opinion, the match you should hurry up and conclude the match because the longer you go on, it's no longer believable. Because ain't nobody going to really have a scrimmage bleeding like that's just me. That's just my writing. Like if we're gonna
Right.
bust you open, you're gonna get busted open, and in the next 3 minutes, the match is gonna come to an end because that person is gonna go over. There's no way we're gonna draw this shit out another 10 fucking minutes and you're leaving. Like
Right.
because it's no longer
Which is
believable. All we're
valid.
doing is just making a fucking mess. The apron, the canvas gonna have to get switched out. Take one, whatever, false finish. If you're gonna go over, you get busted open. It's not even gonna. I wouldn't even give them a clean pin. It would be a wrap up. You have to make it believable. You bust it open, you're now working on adrenaline and wanting to end the fight. So if you could do something to get one of those fast pins, small package, 1, 2, 3, bing, and then if you tell a good story, you can go out like that. But that's just my writing. Um, I love blood, but wrestling, if we're telling stories and trying to be compelling, you can't you can't have a fucking 30-minute fucking match. Now don't get me wrong, that's not taken away from like, doing certain spots where you're looking to hurt a motherfucker. When you talk about blood, there's literally nobody who would get split the fuck open like that and still fucking keep going. You would have to draw to a close. Else you're just gonna just kill the whole story.
Unless it runs in your character. And I'm sorry to stray from the thing, the pay per view, real quick, but because it made me immediately think of when Sabu ripped his arm open on the barbed wire in the match. That psychotic behavior played into the character when he had his tricep and bicep torn open because of the barbed wire. And what did that
Yeah.
crazy motherfucker do? Take the tape off of his wrist, wrap that bitch up, and keep going. It all goes with the character of the person. So I'm in total agreement with you. I'm not, there's no AEW slander out of me. Call me biased, but I agree. There is a over excessive use of blood when you're doing it just to do it. Sometimes it happens the hard way where, yes, everybody can bleed in a match because unexpected, crack, bang. The forehead is the part that bleeds the easiest. That's why they did little nicks because the amount of veins right here, it's hard to stop. It don't stop that easy. But
Yeah.
excessive, but let's put it like this: excessive moves, period, in spots that don't belong. can become too much. But then when you bring it to a WWE aspect of things, not enough spots and 5 moves of doom every single match can make for a boring and predictable ass match.
Or
So it's
15.
the trick is finding the balance. But go ahead, boss.
Yeah, so see, and I agree with you guys 110% on that. You know what I mean? Cutting back would do better for the story. And I definitely agree with that. Just a teeny weeny bit. Because if you're doing it all the time, if it's consistent repetition with it all the time,
Balls, bro. Balls.
ah. Hey.
This ep- this episode is a teeny weeny state of pro wrestling.
Oh
This
my
fucking guy
God.
is teeny weenies.
Uh,
Pause, son.
yeah.
I don't want to
Hey,
see you on no emails, son.
yeah.
Chill.
Yeah. Hey man, I come from y'all era, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody be knowing what I'm talking about, man.
Yeah.
Like,
We know.
but my reason for bringing up AEW was two things, and I know Dub wanted to touch on one of them, so I'm gonna touch on the other one. I'm gonna let Dub do that. Pause again, but yeah,
Hold on. Before we get into that, I want to say something before I say.
yeah.
Tony Storm is thick as fuck. No, for real. No, you don't understand. That woman, dumb thick. Like what you think you see on television, ain't shit. In real
It ain't
life,
all 5 meat.
no, she thick. She got ass. Like I hate to sound like that, but like, there's some people you see because my partner was like, yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? She thick, like she for real thick. Like okay, whatever. And I saw her, I was like, I told you she hella thick. Like
Well,
whoever back,
I'm a Willow guy. I'm a
and I'm
Willow guy.
okay, hold on. That's that girl,
I, I will fight y'all.
thick as fuck. As hardcore as Willow is, she is like the sweetest fucking. Like you wouldn't even think she wrestled. Like her
Hmm.
persona, like I was kicking it with her for like 15 minutes. She's just like so cool and so sweet and like, oh my God, this is so amazing. Like you would never think she get in the ring and turn on. She dummy thick too. But I was having a good time with Mickey James because I was trying to get her number. I was just like, she was like, "You cool with Mia?" I was like, "Yeah." She was like, "Tell her I miss her lips."
Hey,
Okay.
moving.
Oh,
And she hit me right back. She was like, "Tell her I miss hers too." I was like, "Hey, look, because that's how you earn brownie points. You say you cool with motherfuckers, like okay, cool. You text them, and I came right back to her. I was like, "Look," she's like, "That's my girl. I miss Mia so much." I'm like, and Stevie Ray come over there. Hey, get your ass from around now.
Yes, boss. Yes,
Like
boss.
grandpa shit, man. I'm over here trying to. You feel me? No, but no, like Tony, dumb thick, bro. Like, and you know who else was a beast? Like Sheldon
how
Benjamin.
about
That nigga.
how about Snacklander?
They weren't up at the what's the name?
Ah,
They weren't there. Yeah, it was Mercedes. Mercedes is small as fuck. She hella
hmm
small. She's small, but Tony. That's why she's able to do that fucking power driver so because she got cushion dead ass no like she has like
Now that was
it's
bars right
crazy.
there.
You
That
know, her
ass.
and Rhea Ripley are really good friends too. Um, Tony and Rhea, they're really good friends too. So, but yeah, I'm sorry, y'all can do it. I just want to just interject that like Tony thick as fuck, boy.
yeah. Nah, the,
Shit.
nah.
Like, shit.
The reason why I brought up AEW was because Mercedes Monet, which we just mentioned, and her titles, she got 13 belts at the moment. Um, the reason why I brought it up is because, and I said this in a post. So she's been winning every single title promotion that she's gone to thus far. But whenever she gets to the big one, as far as AEW, her home base is concerned, she always comes up short. She did it against Tony Storm and just recently, last night, Chris Statlander. So I wanted to get you guys' take on it as far as story.
Snacklander. I like that one. Chris Snacklander. I like that.
Yeah, Snacklander.
Yeah,
We've been saying that for years now.
yeah. I wanted to get y'all take on it because, and I'll give my opinion real quick because I'm thinking that either this loss or maybe another loss somewhere down the line is going to be the story of her downfall as far as her losing the titles. And then there's going to be a build somewhere where she's going to start winning again. And then she's going to get the AEW women's title. That's what I'm thinking.
And if you don't mind me to go, that's exactly what's going to happen. I think 2026, because here's once again the difference between working relationships and not these fake invisible ones that the WWE and TKO tries to sell us. Because we already know that TNA is probably on their mark to be bought in a couple of years, but I'm not shitting on them. We're talking about the good company. Monet having all of these belts is a great thing for each and every single company out there that she's working for, because look at that. My champion is on U.S. American national television on a weekly basis. And like I was trying to describe my brother who just is getting back into WWE because his son likes it. This is how it builds the other companies. Now, he tried to put the spin on, none of that shit matters if they're not making it to here. Number one, not everybody's goal is to make it to the E, and I'll stop sidebarring after that statement. Because you're seeing this company's champion on TV in America. Oh shit, we got to watch. Then the story becomes, who do we build for each little company? It's who do we build to be the one to take it off of her? And then as soon as that person takes one belt here, they just skyrocketed in their company over there. The next one takes the belt. They're now the top in that company. And so next year is going to be the downfall of Monet to, yes, where it's going to be
If they don't, hold on. Let me interject.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead, yeah.
I'm looking at this Chris Statlander lady. She might have a downfall too, because I hate to say this, but that is AEW's Rhea Ripley. All right, I'm looking at her. She's fucking Rhea Ripley several years ago when she was green. So if as long as they don't keep her dark, because I'm just looking at her pictures and I'm just like, fuck, because I pay attention to characters big time. Like I watch characters. Right now, the safest person in AEW women wise is Tony. Her gimmick was right under our nose, especially with women, because I love the girl so much because they don't have a lot of creative freedom. So for her to manifest a character that was right under our noses, but a female version, which is a female version of William Regal, like perfect.
But
No one
over
thought
there,
about it.
the women do have a little bit more creative.
Yeah, in AEW. So for her to take that and make it her own, she's hella over. But looking at this Chris chick, I hope that they better get her. Number one, they need to get her out of dark clothes. Number one, like get her.
Well,
Rhea Ripley. I love Rhea, but they have did the thing where her look, if you come within 5 miles of that fucking look, it can probably do damage for you. Like the fact that, I'm looking at a picture, like half her hair is green and she has like, that's fucking Rhea Ripley. And it's not her really being Rhea Ripley, but it's like, you remember what's that nigga's name back in the day? Remember Nine, the rapper, the MC9?
MC Froggy Frog? Yeah, I remember Nine.
Okay. Remember Nine? So peep game. For a brief second, him and Method Man had the same look.
Yeah.
Boom.
And people
See?
also had the
So
mixture of the DMX and all of that stuff.
there
But
you
again,
go.
that's why I said
So
MC Froggy Frog, because people don't know that that was his original ribbit gimmick.
bet. So with that being said, looking at this Chris, when you say I've never heard of her before, but then that's the chick who retained the title against Mercedes at the event. She's giving off Rhea Ripley vibes, and I hope to God
So let me pause
they
you for a second. Let me pause you for a second because you stating that you just kind of just getting familiar with her. When you go back to the beginning of her run in AEW, she started off as an alien from from whatever that was from from parts unknown, and she came out not speaking, not doing anything, and she was green as shit then. To become now, right now, you watch her work. She is one of their best workers in that company, hands down,
well,
hands
she
down.
is playing. She's getting
But
close. She's getting close to. Uh, they need to lighten her. When I say lighten her up, they have to. They got to do something because just looking like not even just the moment I looked at her, like all I'm doing, y'all. Look, I'm just going down. Let me go. I'm just going
right, right.
down. So I'm looking at her. I'm just collecting her vibe. Man, is giving fucking Rhea Ripley, not the Rhea Ripley
But
now, and not the Rhea Ripley with the short hair. The Rhea Ripley
right,
before that, the Rhea Ripley that was over Rhea Ripley. And I'm just like, fuck, dude, because you don't want that across the board. You don't want like the guy who's in NXT. He was in AEW, but he looked like a Puerto Rican version of The Rock. What was this guy's name? You know who I'm talking
Ricky
about.
Starks, Ricky
There you
Starks.
go.
Which I
Just
watched
you
Ricky
saw
Starks
that,
from.
that when I saw
If
dude
you,
without
mhm.
even hearing him talk, without I was just like, this nigga like The Rock. That's how in tune I am. So I'm just like, this nigga like The Rock. And sure enough, I was like, back the fuck up, bro. Like back, he
he
gotta
gave that he gave that same vibe when he was in NWA before AEW picked him up, also
got you.
because
See,
of his
so
look, his build, and his turnaround thing.
yeah,
That was his spin on a rock vibe and all of that stuff. And
yeah.
everybody
So
said it,
I
like
hope
how he was a
she
mix
tweaks
of.
it. She tweaks it a little bit. I don't know. It's just me personally. It's giving the pre Rhea Ripley before she cut her hair. It just I'm just look, and these are just pictures. I'm not saying once again. I'm not saying that she works like Rhea, taking moves. I'm not saying that. It's just the optics. When you see a motherfucker, be like the moment you see him, if it's anything close to an established gimmick, it's like fuck, dude. Like okay, because you already know without even saying who it is. Like who's
Nah,
that?
but
Like
dude, trust and believe. Watching her work, she set her path already. She
you go.
set her own. It's a matter of stature, the physical, the build, and all of that stuff. Yeah, I see what you're getting at, but watching her whole AEW journey has she's built herself to why they entrusted that championship belt on her
Gotcha.
for
Yeah, that's
herself,
going to be a good
her own
story because
personal.
Tony is working a different. She's going different with her character now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I love how she went from the prestige socialite to like on her ass, realizing the the classism within the or the classism within not having that belt. So I like how she's somewhat unglued, not sure of herself, and she's still a socialite, but she's going through some hard times right now. Like she's doing. I'm a huge fan of Tony just for the gimmick alone, and it's one of those Saquon Barkley joints where she was with a team underusing her, undervalued. Go to
No
another
offensive
team
line.
and she just blew off, man. She took off, man, and because I forgot about her, dude. Like I forgot about Then it was like, yeah, she was. I was like, wait, Tony, that's Tony. That is Tony. Holy
Hmm.
shit! And I just fell in love with her gimmick. I was like, she's doing a fucking fabulous job, man. So
And
Kudos to
bring it back to tie it off of what he was just saying about Tony. That's who's going to end up with the belt again for
yeah.
in order for Mercedes to take it away when it's her time, which will probably be towards the end of 26, close to the beginning of 27. Because for at least the first 6 months of 2026, it's going to be Mercedes losing all of those belts. And then it's going to be about who's the next star that they're going to now establish the TNT title with. Who's
Yeah.
going to be the person that they're going to want to have the TNT title with? But then they're going to have to move Mercedes Monet, which again, appreciative of what they've been doing with Mercedes because just like most people who really who were top talents in the E at one time, and the E came back and said, "Nah, we're not buying what you're selling right now." All right, I'll show you. And then went out there, set the world on fire, put herself at the tops of most people's lists, except for the people that hate on her, but legitimately putting in the work, putting in and showing the love of the craft legitimately, week in, week out, show to show to show. Taking this shit is more serious to say, y'all thought I couldn't do all of this? That's why I love they chose her to do the Ultimo Monet, Ultimo Dragon shit. Because
Gotcha.
that woman, and she can really, she's selling these companies whether we know it or not. Ask me some of these company names. No, I forgot because I got so much other shit running through my mind. But when she loses them, guaranteed we're gonna start hearing about these people again. Because then it goes also to show what are you paying attention to or not. But I love what Mercedes is doing right now, and I can't wait to see the epic downfall. Well, go ahead,
Speaking,
Bar. I mean, Dub.
oh,
You
oh,
had the Dub had the Dub. You said Dub had the next setup
oh, okay.
after.
I just wanted to say one thing. Speaking of the TNT title, I think the TNT title is probably going to go to Willow. It's going to go to Willow, or the girl that she's paired up with right now. I forgot her name, and I
Harley
like her too.
Cameron.
Yeah, Harley
Harley
Yeah,
Cameron.
Cameron.
I love.
Yeah,
Yeah, I would rather it go to Harley
I
yeah.
bet
because
you
I
would.
think in between. Oh, actually, no, I'm wrong because shout out to. Oh, well, yeah, word. Yes, you're right. You're right. You're right. I caught that. I caught that. But no, I gotta actually give shots out to the brother Ball Bro because he put something out there that I was thinking too. It's actually going to end up with Willow is going to be the champion, and then Mercedes is because this is AEW in the storytelling. We think people think they don't tell stories, but they are going to bring that call back of when Monet faced what's the name. Also, Willow took Monet's place because she got hurt in the Owen Cup, won the Owen tournament. So now they're leading towards Willow versus Stat for the title eventually, to where now Willow Nightingale finally becomes champion, and this big man sheds a tear of happiness for that woman. But then it's going to set up to where Monet and her clash once again. And then Monet runs with the big belt. The belt that's probably the whole size of her torso.
Right. Yeah, yeah. I've seen that belt, man. That motherfucker's huge. Like, damn, crazy work.
So what he was talking about was because I texted him about this last night after Full Gear ended. I'm not going to give my opinion yet, but I want to hear y'all's opinion on AEW having their own national title.
I have no problem with it. I have no, and not again non-biased speaking. People assume AEW got too many titles, yet they actually work their titles. Ask some of these other companies about the titles that they created and what they do. Ask some of these companies about their tag titles and what they're doing. So for AEW to have their own national title, right? And what this fucking jackass in the NWA said, and what Tony's willing to do, because we've seen Tony willing to play with the rest of the world, there might be a relationship again between AEW and NWA that might bring a person. Billy Corgan is the owner's name. I stopped watching them because of how MAGA he is. But there might be a working relationship between two companies again to create a real national champion.
There is one
And
though.
I
His
like
name is Mike Mondo.
I like it. I like it. And I like the fact that was Ricochet won it because the work that they've been doing with him, it was only a matter of time.
Ricochet's a cool motherfucker, boy. I don't know if I posted it, but I clowned his ass and he clowned me back. He's like, yeah, I was like, oh, look, I ran into Shamar Moore. It's like, look at you, like,
Oh, yo,
he
I
was
seen
clowning
that.
me back.
I seen that post. That was a post, right? Wasn't it a post on?
Yeah,
I
You
seen
saw,
that.
okay, yeah,
Yeah, I seen that. I was
yeah,
cracking up. I was like, yo,
yeah, yeah. And
yeah, I see it.
you know what's crazy, man? Like, out of everyone I met, the only person who two people that were big. Well, I'm the same. I hate to say this, like I'm not that. Bobby Lashley and myself can look each other in the eye. Sheldon Benjamin is taller than me. Yeah, like Bobby Lashley is not. He's probably like 6'1", 6'2". Like when I was standing next to him, I probably was like this, like looking at him like that. It wasn't like Stevie Ray's taller than Bobby Lashley. Sheldon Benjamin is taller than Bobby Lashley.
So I could look Bobby Lashley in the eyes too, because I'm 6 feet
You know what I'm saying? But Bobby Lashley, he got stature like,
wide.
yeah. That's the
Hey,
illusion. Like,
I
that's the
always thought
illusion.
Bobby
Like,
was
I want to
taller.
see how I look on television because Hobbs was like, bro, because I had on my jersey. If y'all see the clip, I got on my Kings jersey. You know what I'm saying? And Hobbs was right next to me. Matter of fact, I never posted a picture with me and Hobbs. We got a picture together. Like, nigga, he was like, nigga, if you on television, bro, you be big, like you'll look diesel. Cause when you see him on TV, you like this nigga big. But we're damn near the same size. So I would probably look just like him coming down the
There's a
aisle. And
difference
it's just
between
now
big
I'm
and
like,
cut. We know
man,
this.
but see, that's the thing. I don't look at myself like that. You know what I'm saying? Like dead ass
Right, right.
serious. The only thing I see on myself when I look in the mirror is my traps. That's the only thing I see. I don't see what everybody else see. You know, because we will never in our life be able to see ourselves in real time. Every image
Word.
we see of ourselves is either a reflection or a picture. You know what I mean?
'Cause I see the
And
muscle under my fat.
hey, look, and then on top of that, here's just nerd shit. If your immune system found out you had eyes, they would attack your eyes. You know that, right?
Mm.
Yeah. If your
Man, you
immune
just hit us
system,
with something totally different. Like,
yeah, just some you know what I'm saying, some gems. Like if your immune system realized it had eyes, it would look at it as a threat, and it would destroy your eyes. You'll go
Wow,
blind if your immune system knew you had eyes.
wow, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
crazy
yeah,
work.
So
that's serious. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Google that shit. It's a trip. That's how. That's
stay
how.
woke.
That's how.
Stay woke,
Our,
niggas.
our immune system is the YNs, nigga. They letting off on everybody. They just don't know the eyes exist. The eyes is the constant informant. The
Sounds
eyes
like
been chilling the whole time. Like, nah,
sounds
you a
like
op.
MAGA too.
Yeah, like
Sounds like
yeah, like
MAGA.
you a op, man. Like hell no. Shit. So
man, you just took it deep. That was deep.
yeah. I didn't know nothing like that before. I ain't never heard
yeah,
Mm.
nothing like that.
man.
Damn,
Yeah,
that's
man. Yeah,
wild.
I'm in school, man. I learned so much shit, man. I be trying to drop nuggets on people, man. Be fucking people heads up, man, with that
Stay
shit.
woke, niggas.
Can I tell you something real quick, Matt?
What's up?
One of
Yo.
my favorite phrases that you say that I've adopted:
What's that?
10 inches of fuck hammer.
Yeah, 10 inches of anaconda fuck hammer on the dark meat side, baby. All up in all up in your mama meat walk. Her love.
Yo, oh,
Hey, look, man, look. When you got the gift of gab and the killer jab, man, you know what I'm saying? You got to be able to, you know what I'm saying, slang that shit. You guys we talk about hip hop music or whatever, but that's why I like E40, man. I love E40. One of the things I love about E40 is he'll tell you half the shit he say, he just made it up. So when you just come up with words and it sound cool and you say it, like I still use his shit. Motherfucker, hey man, how you doing, man? I'm holding on like a hubcap in the fast lane. Mother, goddamn, nigga, don't let go then. Like, you know, it just really just, you know, or I'm hanging on like a nigga with two broken thumbs, man. Like, nigga, don't let go, bro. Like, just hold it. I'm holding, but I ain't holding on. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I think that's
I'm
one of the
still waiting
things
for
that,
his slang dictionary.
yeah, you know, we need to push, we need to push up on 40, be like, man, release that shit. But it's always changing, man. Words are always changing.
Exactly.
But yeah, I purposely come up with words to have motherfuckers like the fuck, you know, like chill like the ass end of a polar bear. I'll be saying that all the time, man. We need to chill like the ass end of a polar bear. You feel me? Make motherfuckers think. Be like, wait a minute, that's cold as fuck. Chill. You goddamn right to chill. You feel me?
Hey, hey, some of these dudes that I work with, they like to try to talk shit to me. So I'll be like, hey, you better leave me the fuck alone. Why do you leave you alone? Ask your wife about this 10 inches of fuck hammer. It shuts them up. It shuts them up.
Hey,
I'm like,
hey,
shout out to the
you tell
homie
a
Matt.
woman like, hey,
He's like,
baby,
you
check
had
this out.
my wife too?
Hey, look, oh yeah, like, yeah, you know, if you really want to get hard, like sometimes when I really get on one, I'll be like, nigga, every time you kiss your bitch, you taste my dick, nigga.
I've heard it in your videos. I've
Yeah,
heard that
nigga.
too.
Who you talking to? That's why your wife like it when I lick my eyebrows, nigga.
Yo.
Said, that's when you leave him stuck on stupid. Like, this, did he
That's
say
when you
he
do.
licked
That's when
his
you. That's when you just
eyebrows?
doing about face. Like I ain't even talking to this nigga no more. Like
Right? Like, nigga,
let
go
me tell you
ahead.
something.
Like, go
I
ahead
can
with that
fight.
shit.
I can fight. So I just say whatever. Now, you know, as long as you don't tell a nigga to suck your dick, you can pretty much get away with a lot of shit. You tell a
It's
nigga
take
they
it how
suck
you
my
want it.
dick, bitch.
Take it how you
That's
want it.
fight. That's fighting words right there. You know what I'm saying? I like telling Jamaicans to go suck your mother. Like you gonna die, nigga. Like go suck your mother, bumbaclad. That you can't say shit like that. So I've learned to find a gray area where I can come up with words and you know talk shit and fuck with people and shit. You know what I mean? That's what I be doing.
Hey, he be getting after some of these white boys too on TikTok. And I will be at work. I'm supposed to be turning on somebody's gas and getting so they can have some hot water and stuff. And I'm sitting here in my work truck looking at Matt's videos. I'm like, oh shit.
Hey,
Oh,
do you follow me? Do you follow me on Instagram?
Yeah, I
I thought
follow
I
you.
did.
Well, the page I found your page on Instagram through our page, and I followed you and I tagged you, and I looked at some of your videos.
Okay.
But I've been
Okay.
following you on Instagram.
Darkwing, you need to follow me on Instagram because if you think what I'm doing on TikTok is something, bro, you gonna crash. You see me on Instagram, you gonna be like, this nigga, no, he didn't. You gonna be like, hell no.
I like how
So is
you
it under Big
answer.
Matt 1510?
That's my backup page. The main one is OG Matt from the town.
Yeah, that's the
Okay.
one I follow. Yeah,
And that's what I follow.
yeah. I
One
I
You gotta
like.
word,
follow this.
OG Matt,
Follow.
and from the town is DA, not the, but DATOWN.
You gotta follow the Star Five podcast back. The Star Five underscore podcast. Follow me back.
Yeah,
But I've been on.
yeah. I like the video that you had when you was with your daughter, and I forgot what the dude said, but he said something. It was along the lines of racism or whatever, and you just gave the floor to your daughter, and she said something crazy that shut the whole comment section down. Yo, when I said she shut the whole comment section down, I threw my phone. Luckily the phone had padding
This
on
was
it
on
so I didn't break
Instagram.
it. Nah, it was on TikTok when I seen this one. And I threw my phone. Luckily the phone had padding so it ain't break. But that was my reaction because I was like,
How long
yo,
ago? How long ago?
Nah, I think this was one of your older videos, if I'm
So,
not
Okay.
mistaken.
a question
Okay.
about that. Jean Grey, do you tell her what to say or she comes up with it on her own?
Some of the stuff she'll freestyle, and I'll help clean it up. But
Hmm.
yeah, she's learning the one liners like her dad. Yeah, she is
That makes sense.
spitfire. She is
Yes, she is.
spitfire. Some
Yes,
of the
she
shit I
is.
help her like if it's out of context. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you know what I'm saying. She's a she like her old man. Good with the words. You know what I'm
And
saying?
I can only imagine what the calls from the school are like, because the calls that I get from
Actually,
school is your
actually,
daughter's
actually,
acting like she's
she
sick again.
she chill now. Early on, we had to iron some shit out. You know what I'm saying? But now she's doing better. I got to worry about Patrick. Jean Grey, she gonna be G. She a girl. Like she has to eventually find herself. And when she find herself, that's when you know what I'm saying things will start meshing and shit, and everything be good. I got to worry about my son. Like we worry about him because here's the thing with Patrick, the
Ban
whole
dishwasher, bumbleclot.
Mr. Mr. Van Dishwasher. This nigga, so he
Which I'm
really like
glad. Side note, real quick. I'm glad you actually broke it down to me when, because I was like, what the fuck? And you said it. You said you responded like, yeah, it was from a Bluey episode. So I
yeah,
had to go find that Bluey episode, and I
yep.
was
Where
like,
his brother
I
where
found
his brother was like,
it.
you can't talk until I say bandit. So he's like, you got to ban dishwasher, and he heard that shit, and it was the funniest thing to him. So that was
It was like
completely
using the cuss word in a way.
yeah. Like he did a video, and he was like ban dishwasher, like ban dishwasher. Then, but no, young Patrick, man, young little P, he's really into Spider Man and superpowers. And the Gen X in me is like, nigga, that shit fake. That shit ain't real. But as much as he was in that shit, I was like, I can't pull a plug on this nigga. What can I do? Right. So as a comic book head, I'm like, fuck, he loves Spider Man. The nigga want to climb walls. And I'm like, this nigga can do pretty much anything if he sets his mind to it. So I was like, hey, and I thought of Long Shot from X Men. Long Shot, like he has the uncanny ability to do any fucking thing for the most part. The likelihood of him succeeding doing shit, that's just one of his powers. So I was like, adaptation. I was like, hey man, I talked to Peter Parker. He says, unfortunately, they didn't already got rid of the radioactive spiders, so ain't nobody getting bit. The symbiotes, venom absorbed them all, and he being stingy. I was like, but he said you got something called adaptation. And he's like, what's adaptation? I was like, the ability to learn shit and master it. Because dead ass serious, this motherfucker learned to ride a bike in under a week. He beat the bike the fuck up. The poor bike got his ass whooped because he'll slam the motherfucker and throw it and shit. But he'll get on that motherfucker within like a week. He start riding the bike. Now the nigga look at me. We was riding earlier today. And he was like, look at me, dad, no hands. Motherfucker surfing his bike. He'll ride his bike, get up on it and surf it. Like this nigga crazy. So everything in gymnastics. So he really adapts. Whatever he puts his mind to, he'll do. He's a perfectionist, right? Now, that sounds all cool, right? The flip side for his mutant ability, the nigga has no sense of humor. I was like, oh, you old lumphead ass nigga. You say that to him, he will punch you. He's one of them that he's like, he has no person. He has no, you can't joke with this nigga. So imagine being so dope that it takes you half the time it takes a motherfucker to do some shit, right? But if a motherfucker be like, oh, nigga, you owe, and he tee off on you, bink. So I'm like, this nigga is so cool. He can dress. The nigga into cologne now. He be spraying my cologne. He be dressing his shit. He can do all this cool shit. But you can't play the dozens with that nigga. You can't fuck with Pat. You can't like the shit like like you got kids, right? You know the cute shit your kids used to say, and you still say it, and you're like, oh, that nigga will come at you. He don't like that. So for him
It'll
to be
come
so
around. It'll
raw,
come
I'm
around.
like, this nigga has no like. He don't even laugh. Like, I mean, he laughs at shit, but like, oh nigga, like here y'all go over here trying to clown a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Okay, all right, nah, none of that. He gonna punch you in your shit. And I'm just like, I was talking to my, I was like, could you imagine you pick up something and within under a week you've mastered it, but if a motherfucker joke on you, you snuffing him because you don't fuck around like that. Like how, you know what I'm saying? You can't even like make fun, and he's just so serious. So
Yo, be
you know,
thankful he ain't growing up in New York, cause man, listen. Especially, I can imagine him in like '80s New York. Like
he
this is
gonna be
where
he
like,
gonna either die or he gonna be the Brownsville bully, nigga. Like he
yo,
beat up
he'd be
beat up
Mike
all.
Tyson.
Yeah, like he beat like he dope as fuck, but fuck with him, he gonna punch you. Like, so we're working on that. Like, bro, you cool. Like he don't even know he cool.
Mm.
Like you say
This is
something
where
wrong,
paid.
P gonna be on you. Like he be fucking G.
This is
He
where it
fucking
paid to be
Gene
the
up
fat
like
kid when I
I be
was
like,
younger.
yo, you can't. But Gene be instigating. I be like, see, Gene, you gonna be one of them chicks. You better learn how to fight because you be instigating. Like you me. Okay, and Patrick get up under your ass and whoop bink. You know what I'm saying? Like, you fucked up. Like you better leave your brother because Patrick is catching Gene. Like by next year, he gonna be looking at her dead in her eyes. Like people like he's 6. I'm like, yeah, that nigga 6, about to be 7 next month. So my little nigga, I love me some Patrick, man. I didn't want a boy, but I'm glad I did have a boy because that's my little homie, man. I fucks with him heavy. Matter of
You didn't
fact,
want a boy.
what I've been doing on Instagram. What's funny is y'all heard of Adam Spear or something. They're like a group, a hip hop group.
Sounds
Addis,
familiar.
Fear. I don't know. They're touring with Cool Keith, R-Rated Rugged Man. They're gonna be out in Houston in February, and a couple of my niggas who in the game, like what I'm saying, I was like, I heard of this group. They was like, hell yeah, nigga, we know these guys. I was like, well, me and Patrick gonna be in the VIP kicking with these niggas in February. You know what I'm saying?
Dope.
Because he is so in tune with music. I'm like, if he has an opportunity to link up with like Cool Keith, you know what I'm saying? And Ari the Rugged Man, yeah, nigga, you get your ass in the car. we about to be in the dough. You about to hip hop, yeah, nigga. You about to be that, like, underground grassroots hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Especially, I
Dr.
love,
Doom,
yeah,
Dr.
Doom,
Nogaton.
Doom. And
Come
what's
on.
funny? Well, before we started the show, Patrick's favorite MCs is Sean Price and Eminem and Redman. I said, well, my heart, my job's done, nigga. You got
Mhm.
3 of the dopest MCs, nigga. You got Sean Price, and Funk Dr. Spot, nigga. I ain't gotta worry. I ain't gotta worry about shit, nigga. Young grasshopper, you have graduated at 6 years old, nigga, because
Yeah.
you know the standards. Because ain't nobody fucking with P, nobody fucking with M like that. And Redman is just that's Redman. That's just that's Doc. Like you good, bro. Yeah, you're gonna grow and you're gonna discover Coogee rap and you might discover Rakim and wonder where the fuck you been at. I understand. You gonna find niggas who are tied to the niggas you like, but Sean Price, Eminem, and Redman and Prof. Prof is a dope ass white dude. Have y'all heard of Prof?
Yes.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Prof is dope. I think when I listen to Prof, I'm like, nigga, that's Prince reincarnated because
That
Prof
shit
be
too to
doing
be done.
shit. He on some Prince shit, like not Prince, like it just seems like the nigga from Minnesota, he got that Prince-ism because he got bars, he sing, he entertain, like he's a package deal, I think.
Yeah.
And
He got a song with Ren. He had a song
yeah,
with Ren.
pack a lunch. So
Mm-hmm.
very talented, but he likes him too. So I'm like, my son has already honed in to know what quality rhyming is,
Mm-hmm.
quality rhyming, in hip hop culture. Like he knows, but I can't wait till he gets a dose of KRS-One. It's
Now
gonna be
you
over.
gotta get him into some Thundercat and some Tyler too.
Yeah, my daughter was
Tyler the
Tyler the
Creator.
Creator. My daughter
My
loves.
daughter loves
My
my because
daughter
you
plays that fucking nigga. Cut his ass off.
because when we bigging up our children, like I always talk about my 12-year-old and like Thundercat, they love Thundercat. They my
Yep,
daughter my two of my daughters they love some Tyler the Creator, and they don't go back like I go back to the beginning. Bastard Tyler, Tina
got you.
Perm, your fucking weave, Troncat, all that. Like, but they love this Tyler that's out now. Like
This new
they
one,
love
yeah.
that dude. They Thundercat, man. Like I love like I will play 2 or 3 Thundercat albums a week, every week, at least once a week, because that dude musically is just. But get your son on that, man, and like talking about adaptivity, like when you were saying his son's being adaptive, like that was me growing up learning shit. But my 12-year-old taught herself how to fucking read Korean and write
Oh
back in
wow,
Korean on her own. She's in 8th grade now, taking 9th grade classes, to where hopefully when she gets to high school, she starts off as a sophomore and only has to do 3 years. You know,
dope.
my and it's the beautiful thing about having kids, and we're all fathers here. Fuck the wrestling shit for now. We talking real life shit now. You know what I'm saying? Like the beautiful thing about is each one of our kids is a representation of us in so many different ways. My oldest one, I never pushed any of them to do anything. Hey, do you want to throw shot put like I used to? This is how you do it. Okay, sure. What did she do? Junior high school, never lost a meet. Got into high school, she won island championships. Her track coach was a piece of shit. So senior year, she left track to get into wrestling. What happens in wrestling? Her team wins the city fucking championship. But she left at the end of senior year, and thankfully to her old throwing coach from high school, who was coaching at the college she's going to now, she was able to get a track scholarship. I didn't get none
Dope.
of that. But the athletics she picked up from me because I played anything and everything under the sun. Because we from that era of we was outside doing it all. You know what I'm saying? My middle daughter got my smart ass mouth. Smart ass mouth. This is where it's like you would say your son will get it eventually. Because I was the kid growing up who I was the fat kid that I used to get punked all the time, like verbally
Yeah,
and shit. But because I never wanted to get in trouble until I had my first fight and dominated a friend of mine, then it became, oh, none of y'all are ever beating me. Well, my mouth is now crazy too. Oh, forget it. So
yeah.
your son will
And
be
you
able to
got
pick it
hands
up,
too. Let's go.
and my youngest, my oldest and my youngest daughter, they got that baby Huey strength. I said another word earlier. I'm not gonna repeat here, but we got that baby Huey strength where it's just like my 18-year-old now, my 18-year-old, she she'll give me a hand massage and it feels like bones are breaking. I love that because it's like I know I have young women who can also, if they need to, defend themselves.
They
But
can they
also,
can beat
I
it down.
but it's the I see the pieces of me in all of them because my
Yeah,
youngest is the old school quiet me, the I don't want to get in trouble or disappoint dad me. But then in school, she's better than me, but she's inquisitive like me to where she wants to absorb shit that, oh, you introducing her to something new? She's all into it until she's done and move. Like she was sitting there trying to practice the guitar on her own. Then my uncle gave me a bass guitar that he wasn't using no more. I wanted to get into it. She started trying to get into it more than me. The one thing I haven't taught none of them is the turntablism and
uh,
DJing and shit like that. You know what I'm
that's
saying?
what
I haven't taught them yet.
that's something they probably pick up on just on the strength. When you mentioned your vinyls, I'm like, that's a treasure chest. They're like, what the fuck
Yeah,
is it? Oh shit. Oh sh. Oh.
yeah. Like one of the projects my oldest did in elementary school, it was like, yo, we gotta do a science project. Well, let's do this. Let's do something that's something that nobody in your class is doing. I still got the video, the whole thing, where she's breaking down. This is the record player or a turntable. This is this is the record. This is where the music comes out of. Now, this is how you DJ. And she hit him on some yo gabba gabba shit. This is how you DJ.
Damn,
This is the scratch. This is the. But she wasn't that good. But it was just still like
breaking it down. Yeah,
infusing us in our children is such a beautiful thing, where it's like the way you represented your children was like Jeannie is your mouth, Patrick is your muscle, but we got to get him into the wit. We got, we can work on that. Tell him he got an uncle in New York now that we just kicked it on this podcast for a few hours. That you want to learn how to snap it on the niggas. Like, come on, we got you. You know what I'm
hey,
saying?
speaking of the podcast, man, I got to get ready to cancel Christmas, man.
Yeah, word.
Household six was like,
I gotta get to bed because I gotta go to work
yeah,
earlier than I
yeah.
normally do.
Yeah,
I
I
This
feel
week,
it.
don't.
I
no.
feel it.
Is when can we have another opportunity to get together and chop it up some more, man? That's the
Whenever
first
you're
question.
ready.
Whenever
you're
you're
ready.
ready.
Soon.
Yeah.
Um,
And the floor is always open for Sundays on the Star and Five podcast. All of y'all are always welcome. All you gotta
bet.
do is just say, "Yo, I'm down this weekend," and all I do is send you the link.
what are, what are
We're
you
open like
two?
that.
What are you two doing next week?
Oh,
Whatever. I, the Star and Five
word.
podcast on
There you
Sunday,
go. He getting the
and
book.
He
that's
He
getting
it.
the
getting the
book
book.
right now. He getting the book right now.
What's that? The last week? Let's see. I'm on call for work Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So the first is open, which is a Monday. Tuesday's open. Wednesday we interviewing an NWA wrestler. Thursday we got it's open. Friday we got a big time interview. You've already posted the promo for it, haven't you?
Yeah.
Okay, so Friday
Buff Bagwell,
Buff Bagwell on Friday the 5th.
Oh,
please,
word.
Word.
please, please, and I beg y'all, please get into his Marcus and Alexander Bagwell days and him and his run with
Already.
Tuco Scorpio, please.
Already way ahead of you. That's like I got a big
Thank you.
pamphlet of questions right here. Already
But
way
here,
ahead of you.
but
Yeah.
So you
but
guys are open.
Vaz,
Wait. So you guys are open Thursday.
The 4th, yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's plan something for the 4th, man.
Hey, this is what I can do. I can shoot you my number in
Yeah.
TikTok, and then shoot me a message, and then I can add you to the group chat that we already have with Dan,
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cool.
and then
Cool.
we can
All
all
right.
just start setting stuff up.
All right. Cool. Yeah. That I'm with it, man. Because shit, I definitely like to get up on, and then that'll give me more time to mobilize my people, IG, TikTok, to come to your shit, and you know what I'm saying, get you guys out there because like I said, my people from Instagram, they'll definitely tap in like an epidural and be like, what y'all got to offer and shit, and we'll make it. You like that shit too, huh? You can have that one. You can have that one. You can have that one. Tap in like an epidural. You feel me?
He saw me start chuckling.
Yeah, I saw you smile. I was like, yeah, he like that one. Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Bars.
Like each one.
That's
all
bars
I
right
all I
there.
mi- I just didn't grab my collar on that because as
You know what
soon
I'm
as you
saying?
said, I was like,
A little
hear that
something,
pimp shit again, hear that pimp
you
shit
know,
again.
you feel me? On mamas, you feel me? But yeah, so yeah, I like rocking with y'all. So I'm gonna hop off, man, and just shoot me your number and we'll link up and shit, and we'll
I got
shoot,
you.
Yeah, no
shoot
doubt.
the shit.
No doubt.
I got you.
All right,
One
man.
question. One question.
What's up?
You write music?
No,
Oh, I
yeah, I
thought.
do.
Yeah. We definitely gotta talk. We definitely gotta talk.
Oh yeah, matter of fact, man. One of my partners from TikTok, we got an album. We got one album out together. Last year, he had some family shit and disappeared, And I'm in school, so I just kept moving. I mean, we didn't have no falling out, but shit happened. Life be life and this shit, right? So he hit me up. He was like, "Yo," he was like, he explained the situation. He was like, "You ready to get back into this album?" He shot me the cover art, and I was like, "Nigga, we was doing the album?" He was like, "Yeah." He sent me 2 tracks we did. I was like, "I forgot I wrote the shit." I was like, "I wrote that?" He's like, "Yeah." So we got 3 songs already. So we're gonna do 4 more and just put out 7 more songs. So yeah, I'll be right. Matter of fact, if you y'all got iPhones?
Yeah.
Yep.
Go to Apple Music and type in Eddie Brock, EDDIBROCC, and I'll pop up and you'll see all the shit I got. And you can just hear a little bit of what I got. It's old from 2017 or 2018 to 2019, and then the most
I'll
recent
do it on
one,
my ride to work tomorrow.
yeah, and then the one with me and Dr. Fingers was like 23, maybe.
Who is Brock?
That's a single off my first album, Papasaurus. Um, and then I got Majin Matt, or Eddie Brock presents Majin Matt, and yeah, so yeah, that's what I was doing, man.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So,
I'm gonna go ahead and get that.
give it a
I like
spin, man.
I
Give it
like
a spin. All right,
I
I'm about
like
to
the
hop
nerd.
out, man.
All right,
like
yeah,
the
I'll
nerd
hit you up in a
influence.
few.
Yeah, do that so I can lock you in.
I got you.
All right, appreciate y'all again, man.
All right, you too. You too. Thank you, bro.
All right, peace.
Peace, peace. Well, y'all know where to find me. The Star5_ podcast on Instagram, Dan the Mayor on TikTok, the Star5 podcast on YouTube, Apple Podcast, every streaming platform. We still here. We still running. 2 episodes are gonna come this week because I forgot to upload the one from 2 weeks ago because the nigga been lazy to charge his computer. But yeah, as always, once again, thank you for pairing us 2 brothers up. It was the right pairing.
We'll do it again
And yeah,
too.
man.
We'll do it
We're gonna
again
do
Yeah,
it
too
it's
again.
gonna
because
happen. It's gonna happen
yeah.
soon.
We'll
You
do it
trying to
again.
so if we do get it set up for that Thursday he was talking about, you trying to come on in?
I'm down whatever, even if I'm at
I got you.
Okay. All right. No doubt. We'll do it. We'll do it. We'll do it for sure. We'll do it. Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this wasn't quite the state of professional wrestling, but you can't beat what we just heard. You can't beat it. Some real life shit we talked about today. Okay. We did start off with a little bit of professional wrestling. Well, it still went back to real life shit because racism is real, people. Whether if you want to
and
admit it or
fuck the
not,
IWC.
what he said. What he said. Either way you look at it, it's real life shit on this one. It says stated professional wrestling, but for all I care, we can rename this episode real life shit because I'm with the shits. My boy above me, Dan the Mayor, with the shits. Big Matt, we know he with the shits, and my brother next to me, he definitely with the shits. This is some real life shit we talked about today, and to everybody that listened in and learned a few things, we appreciate you. For those of you that tuned in and got mad, fuck your mama.
The long way.
hey, listen. State of professional wrestling in general, you never know where the topics are going to land, but state of professional wrestling is definitely uncensored. So we don't hold nothing back. This is the one show, one segment of our podcast where you come in here, you could talk your talk. There's no holding back. Holding back, you say wherever you want. You know what I'm saying? And we're appreciative to have you guys on as always. We definitely gonna do this again. I enjoyed this. We'll definitely be back again. Make sure you guys tune in for our last few interviews and episodes. Our episode interview with Savio Vega is up right now. Make sure y'all go check that out. Our episode with AJ Kazana, NWA, is out right now. Of course, our Ahmed episode is out right now. We got Buff Bagwell coming up soon. We got KC Kazana coming up soon, and a bunch of other wrestlers that are going to be on the pod with us. So y'all need to stay tuned for that. So close us out, bro.
Dan, any closing thoughts before we hop off here, bro? You muted. Well, we can't hear the mayor right now, but without further ado, it's been your boys, the podcast tag team champions. My brother S got bars. Your boy Darkwing does salute. Salute to Dan the mayor. Salute to Big Matt. And until next time, your boys are out.
Peace.
Following podcast scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, they are the Internet Podcast.